shot before we get the whole podcast rolling. So cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for joining me.
Cheers
I appreciate
to
it.
PCP.
Yeah, PCP. There we go. Not the drug though. All right. All right. So welcome to episode 7. I have 3 special guests with me. Actually, 4 special guests. You see the black guy right behind me. But we got
Sorry.
Ashley to the left, little pick-me Ross. I finally learned how to say that word. We got Rennie, a returning guest, so thank
Hey,
you
yo.
for coming. Now engaged, so you beat my bet. The Knicks didn't get the ring first.
Thank you.
We saw that coming.
I'm
so,
truly honored to be
Yeah,
here.
you can say I put pressure on Shane to make sure that happened.
Highly unlikely.
And she was a guest in Island Boys, but never a guest on PCP. So
No.
thank you for coming again, Sam.
Of course,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
you ladies. It's something that I think it's going to be a lot of fun today. The alcohol is definitely going to do a number on us. So, Shane, try not to get too drunk because we know how you get when you're really fucked up. All right. You see, I already got I fucked up the production already. All right, so we're starting with this. These topics are going to be on relationships, friendships, and random questions that everyone has asked. So we're going to start with Ashley just because she is a new guest on this. So Ashley, tell us something you have recently learned that has changed your outlook in life.
I think recently I learned that it's like okay to not be okay. I think sometimes when people like, I don't want to say like looking out on like life, it's like I'm usually like, oh, like everything's like fine, like it's okay, like I got it. But like there has been a point recently that I was just like, I don't have it, and like that's okay, and it's okay to like lean on people. So I would say that's recently what I learned, which has been like kind of hard as well, to like kind of like reach out for help when you're like constantly that person to be like, no, I got it, I got you, like it's like fine. So yeah.
All right. I like that. That's true. A lot of times, I even me telling everyone to be positive and try to get motivated. It's sometimes okay to just like drop everything down and be like, hey, listen, I'm not okay at this time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like I need to sulk in this moment and just realize it's like exactly as simple as you said it, it's okay not to be okay. But have that not linger for too long because that shit gets crazy sometimes. All right, Rennie. So, same question. Tell us something you've recently learned that has changed your outlook in life. It doesn't have to be too recent. So,
Don't take everything for face. Oh no, I'm sorry. Take everything for face value, for what it is. I think I have a habit of overthinking, and like people's like motives toward me, or like what they mean, and I overthink about it. So it's more so just like taking it for what it is versus overthinking and dwelling on it. So yeah.
okay. Fiance, anything you want to say before we go to Sam?
That's facts.
Great wisdom words from the fiance. Look at that. All right, Sam. Same question. Tell us something you have recently learned in your life that has changed. Well, recently learned that changed your outlook in life.
Well, recently I learned that, kind of to bounce off of Ashley, I would say to embrace like the discomfort and uncomfortable moments in life, and just truly embrace like being not where you think you need to be, because sometimes in those darkest moments, like the person you want to be at the end of the day, like that great good version of yourself, that the only person that's really going to value that is the person you were at your darkest time. So I would say embrace your dark moments, embrace the uncomfortable parts of your life, and just take them with a grain of salt, because you're not going to be there for like ever.
Any point of views on any of those things said?
Facts.
Great words from my boy, from my co-host here. Appreciate it. You are going to be asking intro question number 2, so go at it.
A man of a few words.
We love that.
All right. Sugar Shane on the mic right now. Just letting y'all know. All right. So, Sam, at what moment did you realize you became an adult?
Wow, that's a big question. I guess the moment I realized I became an adult, I'll give you 2 actually. So one is the funnier kind of option, is when someone wanted to add me on LinkedIn instead of saying, hey, like, here's my Instagram. Let's add me on Instagram or add me on Facebook. And they were like, oh, here's my LinkedIn. Like, add me on LinkedIn. I'm like, what? Like, that's a thing now? Like, I didn't even know that. But yeah, that's definitely like one. But I think the more important one was when I got this job that I recently got. Because as much as like I've had the experience in, you know, my past like career choices and things like that, I definitely would say that this company that I'm working for has made me grow in ways that I'm going to be grateful for. I'm right now in the middle of my uncomfortable stage, but yeah, I guess I would say like right now starting like a new career in the city, just becoming a new version of myself.
Shout out to you getting a new job. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, my fiance. At what moment did you realize you became an adult?
Being financially free from my parents recently. As almost 30 years old, I know, pathetic, but
That's okay.
But
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I feel like I always used to have the safety net of like them, and it's nice to almost, not nice to, you know, not that I'm struggling, but nice to do everything on my own and be a little uncomfortable, but it's nice to have that, to be honest. So yeah.
Proud of you, my girl.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
girl.
All right, Smash. At what moment did you realize you became an adult?
So I feel like mine happened very younger than the average human. And that was when I was diagnosed with cancer. That was around age 20. And it was, that obviously is something that you're never prepared for at such a young age. And for me, it was more so like knowing your medical history. You need to have insurance, like learning about those things when like, all right, when you're 25, right? That's when you really think about those things. So for me, it was during that time. Even now, like I would go into like appointments and it's all like elderly people and they're looking at me like, what are you doing here? So I think that moment for me was kind of like you had to grow up definitely before your time in a good and bad way. So that was kind of my first shot at adulthood.
Well, definitely, we're all happy to know that Smash cancer. So Ashley
Yeah,
won
sorry,
there.
not to like
yeah,
be
yeah.
like more like
Yeah, no, I mean, we can definitely scream on that one. Absolutely,
Yeah,
you know,
girl.
absolutely.
Health is wealth.
Scary times, you know, scary times,
Yeah.
you know. It was a lot of worrisome, a lot of, you know, just to give you, I'm sure you had so many people reaching out, but we were definitely worried, you know. I mean, I know we weren't close at the time, but we were definitely worried. And it was kind of, it made us all like sit back and realize like, holy fuck, this is someone we care
Yeah,
about that
we
it's
were
happening to.
also young.
Yeah, it was
So young.
like I couldn't even believe it. Like I didn't even think that was a thing, getting it so young. Like you
Yeah.
hear about it, but until like you experience it, like you experienced it, but until your friends and everyone like what, we can't do anything. We're like useless. All we can do is just show like this intangible support, and hopefully you know that helped with some of the battles that you had to encounter. But yeah, thank you all for answering those intro questions. Shane, I guess you've never appeared in season 3, right? Because you're fucking fake. But I want to hear more answer than just facts. But I'm gonna ask you the questions, Shane. At what? Well, tell us something you've recently learned that has changed your outlook in life.
One thing that and it's also kind of piggybacking off of Ashley, what she was explaining in the beginning, it is okay to ask for help, as like everyone like notices and see how I am. I'm someone who seems like I have my head on my shoulders. I have things planned out. I'm meeting my milestones. I'm doing this and doing that. But I have my moments where I crack, and you see the struggles that I have to endure. And I feel like is like, even just being raised by Caribbean parents and just that type of culture is always taught to just, you know, suck it up and just, it'll be okay. And sometimes it's okay to not be okay. Exactly what she was saying before. And it's like that stigma that like you always have to put this hard shell on the top. Like, we're good. And it's okay to say like, yo, I'm falling apart right now. Like, I need your help. And like, it always took me a lot of times and a lot of cry, so you can tell my fiance that I need help. I'm struggling right now, and it's a hard thing. Even just as a male, just in general, even about the topics or whatever it is, it's hard to do that. So it's okay to be not okay. That's the moral of the whole. That's the move for today.
Well, I like that, man. That was a good answer. Definitely a lot better than facts. But your second question, man. At what moment did you realize you became an adult? Was it the moment that you started charging me rent, or what is it?
That's facts. I'm about to up your rent. We got bills to pay. We got bills to pay.
We have a future wedding to plan.
Yeah, man, bro. I need your down payment money. The funny thing is, I know it's weird. Like, I've purchased a house, cars, went to school, whatever or not. I think the biggest moment of becoming an adult is actually proposing to Renee. That was a moment where now I know for sure I have to make sure I take care of this girl until the day I die.
Is someone cutting onions?
I'm crying over here.
And that was
My eyes are sweating.
that was such a wow moment for me. Renee gave me tell you I was literally not making any sense, not making any sentences at that moment. But that was just okay, I make this commitment. I have to be adult about everything that I do moving forward for myself and for her. So it's before.
And the puppy.
And Bentley. Bentley's he over there chilling. But that was really the adultest moment, because it's now I can't just always think about myself. I have to think about another person that I share my life with. So that was definitely the adultest moment.
That was the cutest shit ever.
Big ups, big ups.
Damn.
Think of yourself.
That was fucking deep. But good for you, man. I'm happy for you. Like I said already, again, definitely a big step in your life, a big step in Renee's life. And like I said, I wish you nothing but the best. There's going to be more and more headaches, more and more challenges, more and more love, more and
looked right
more.
at me when he said that.
No. I'm just, I can't face him. But there's going to be hard times with the good times. And, just make sure you're fucking sitting down. Make sure you're nice and buckled on the roller coaster. And it's a ride you can't get out of. Both of you. That's my advice to you guys. Just go with the highs and go with the lows, and just make sure you guys respect each other at all times. And, it's going to get harder. There's going to be worse situations. There's going to be great situations. Your first kid, your first fight as a married couple. These are all times that you guys should be excited for. So big shout out to that. All right, we're going to go straight into the Instagram questions. I'm going to do 1 and 2. Shane, you do 3 and 4, and then maybe even 5. So this, we'll start off with Renee. I put this question up there because it was funny that someone asked this, but I keep seeing memes about this, and I don't know if this is true. But is it a thing to pay for your girlfriend's homegirl's meal when she third wheels on a date?
Oh, man, I don't know. It really depends on how long you've known this person, honestly. So, okay, I say this because if Shane and I went to dinner with my...
Wait, hold on. Can I give you an example? Sure. Shane and you, I was going to say the same thing. Shane and you went to dinner, and let's say Ashley came, right? And are you expecting him to pay?
Not really. No. But if my little cousin, who's a broke college student, came, then yeah, you could throw $30 for my little sister. I don't know. I think it depends on the person.
Okay.
I think it depends on the person.
All right. Same question. Is it we're going to go to Ashley. Is it a thing to pay for your girlfriend's homegirl's meal when she third wheels?
I would agree with Renee. I think it depends on the person. If it was me, perfect example, you two and me, no. You guys didn't get the Venmo right away.
Which is
To
true.
be
Ashley's
honest.
on that.
quick time. But yeah, if it's a sister, a cousin, kind of we're out, maybe. I've never personally experienced that, so I would say, if I had to chalk it up to an answer, I would say no. Then yeah.
All right. So same question, Sam. Is it a thing to pay for your girlfriend's homegirl's meal when she third wheels? And the only reason I'm asking everybody is because everyone has a different point of view. So please be honest. No one judge anybody on any of these answers. These are all opinionated, and these are all hypotheticals.
Yeah.
So if you have a different answer, please. But if not, let us know why.
Okay. Mine's no, because we're all grown people and we can pay for our own things. Of course, if someone's with their significant other, like, yeah, like they could pay for their meal, like whatever. If they want to split it, that's on them. But if someone's just tagging along, like, why don't you pay for your own stuff? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I get it if it's the sense of like, if it's a family member who, like in Renee's case, if it's like her cousin who's like a broke college kid, like totally understand that. But I think we're all grown at the stage of life. We're all going out to eat. We're all gonna pay like we're going out to eat. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, and thank you for that. We're gonna. This was my niece asked this question, and I already know the answer to this, and I don't want to. This is gonna bring. It's gonna hurt my head asking this question. Is girl math logical way? Is it a logical way of living? Please explain. We will start with Sam.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Can you please explain to me what girl math is? Because I
Please to the
don't.
people.
To the public, what is girl math?
Girl math is like regular math, but it just makes more logical sense in a girl's mind.
Okay, give me an example.
So, if I was to, let's say, go to the store and they're having a sale, and I decide, hey, I'm going to pay in cash, right? Technically, it was free because...
It's so
Hear me out.
Yes.
'Cause you don't see the
Technically,
transaction
technically
anywhere
it's
there.
free because you go to your bank app, it's not there. So
Period.
guess what? It didn't exist. So free.
There's no receipts.
No receipts, not my problem. That's just my opinion.
I have an example I'd like to share.
Go ahead.
So, when you buy something from Amazon and you use it or wear it and then return it, it's free money.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah. I think.
Or, I'm sorry.
No,
Ashley.
no, no. Go ahead.
Or if you, I guess it's just more so being brown, but that's just me. If you go to get coffee from Starbucks and you complain about the order, you get money back on your Starbucks account. That's free coffee.
That's free advice. I didn't know that.
Also, if you use your points, it's free.
It's free. Yeah,
So
it's free.
Yeah.
technically it's free. So you're good.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We live in the economy that's kind of, crumbling to the ground.
Yes.
So,
Can we move to Pick New Ross? She has the biggest smile. I think she's about to give us the wildest answers, bro. Every single answer you two gave, she was just smiling more and more. I think she's about to burst.
No, so my first one was the cash one. The second one was like if you load like Starbucks or Dunkin' the card, that's free money. That's free. It's there. Not whatever. Fine. Mine personally is if I pay for a vacation in advance, it was free.
yes.
Wow.
So once I get there, we're balling.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. You spend $500, okay, here, there, whatever. The vacation was free because it was paid, done, and that's
Or
it.
even Afterpay is free money.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Afterpay is free. When you make a
Let me
pur-
explain what Afterpay really is. It's free. It's interest free for a couple months. It is not free money.
That is boy math. We're talking about girl math.
Yeah.
No, it's free. So I bought a pair of sneakers from Nordstrom Rack, and sometimes when I shop from Shein too, I do a Klarna or Afterpay. $20 every 2 weeks ain't so bad. That's free money.
Actually, another example of girl math is if, for example, on Shein, if you buy like a certain amount of money, you get free shipping. You're saving money
By adding more to your
More.
cart.
by adding more to my cart.
So you don't pay for shipping.
You're saving money.
All right, please stop. All right.
I'm just saying, it makes sense.
Makes so much sense.
I knew that I would get a headache, but now my next question is to Shane over here, my co-host. You're going to continue after you answer this. You're going to ask the third and fourth question. But Shane, has Renee used girl math on you, and how did you feel when she used
Every
it?
damn day.
Let's just say my head hurts so much when she uses this girl math. So like she said before, the whole idea of buying things from Amazon and then returning it. I explained to her, I'm like, all right, let's look at this from a whole perspective. You order something from Amazon, a dress, right? We had multiple weddings. Order a dress. You get the dress, right? Free returns. You have to now hop in your car, go use gas to go return it. and then let's just say, I don't know, $2-3 worth of gas. Multiple trips a week. Puka, you obviously see how many packages come here. So it's multiple trips for a week to UPS. I don't know how does that add up to being free when you're just paying out of gas.
In my defense, the UPS store is very close to work, so it's like half a mile. Next time I'll walk, Shane.
Big
That's
purr.
not boy
That's fair.
logic. That's dad logic. That's very much dad logic.
Yeah.
But she a lot of things she's I don't know really.
Amazon
I'm
is-
sorry, my
it's-
mind is so perplexed.
Amazon is free money when you buy in return.
Facts.
I'll give you that much. I'll give you that one. All right. Well, moving on from the headache. Shane, you go ahead and ask question 3, and you've been doing good. Every time you move to a guest, just make sure you ask the same question because then I can clip that.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's up? Oh, okay. We're just going out of order. All right, we'll start with Smash. What is your ideal man?
Wow.
Hey yo.
Wow. Do we have enough time for this? Maybe the whole podcast. Okay. Let's see. My ideal guy. I'll say like, besides the aesthetic, besides like being like handsome and tall and fit and all those things,
And Caribbean.
but open to everything. And besides like the materialistic things, I think now that I'm in this age of like settling down with somebody, building a life with someone, it's really somebody who is just so genuine, so trustworthy, like really has a good head on their shoulders, takes the initiative, is attentive. I think like the perfect example for me is like if I'm looking at a sunset, I'm like, wow, look at that sunset. And a guy is like, yeah, it's just the sky. I'm like, but if I would know it was my person because they would be like, oh my God, like, yeah, look at that sunset. It's like caring about the things that I care about, but also vice versa, right? Like if I want all these things from my ideal guy, I have to be willing to bring that to the table. So I would say those are the biggest things for me. Trustworthy, genuine, initiative, and thoughtfulness.
And normal.
And normal.
Obviously, Shane is the ideal guy. We're not going to skip you, though, but I want you to list some characteristics, some traits that Shane has that definitely spoke loudly to you. And other than the ring, what else do you love about him, you know?
I'm kidding. I was pausing for dramatic effect. Someone who's hardworking, tall, dark, and handsome.
Snickers.
No, jokes aside. Hardworking, has good head on their shoulders. Someone who loves their mom, but has boundaries with them. That's important because brown men don't got no boundaries with their moms. They still on the nipple. Some of them, they are. Sorry, it's the truth. But yeah, just hardworking, has a good head on their shoulders, loyal, honest, and just honestly normal. Like, don't be weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be yourself. You know? Yeah.
Sam, what is the ideal man for Samantha?
I would say the ideal man for me, a big thing for me is definitely like emotional maturity and availability. I think it's important for someone to be in tune with their emotions and kind of have a good head on their shoulders about where they're going in their life and what they're doing. I would definitely have to say someone who's goal oriented, someone who's willing to have the drive to do the things they want to do in their lives. I would definitely also say someone who I just had in my head. I forgot. I would definitely have to say someone who's family oriented as well. Like I want someone to have love their family and want to have a big family and just love the tradition aspect of it, and and someone who's genuine and normal, who wants to work on themselves and continue to grow.
That's dope. I have a counter question.
Okay.
What are major red flags? The biggest red flag for a guy. Something that you literally cannot deal with at all. For all three of you guys.
We started with, is it a free for all? Just me?
Yeah.
I guess a red flag of mine would definitely be someone who does not respect boundaries or does not have boundaries, because that shows me that like you don't respect yourself, nor do you respect others. And respect is a very big thing when it comes to creating good relationships with people.
The love of my life.
Are you flirting with me? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. When people are rude to waiters and like staff at a
Yeah.
restaurant, I don't know why that just irks me so
Shows
much.
a lot about them.
It's just a please and a thank you goes such a long way. And I just, or even like holding the door for people.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to be a nice person. So like the little things I think matter a lot more. So that's my answer. Yeah.
Did you yell at a waiter once, Shane?
No, never.
No, he never does. If anything, that
Never.
would be me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Literally.
I'd be the one who complains. He'd be too timid too.
I'm like, it's fine. Like, I know I was a waiter before. Like, I know the struggle. So,
Yeah, no.
smash?
I definitely agree with both of you guys. Like rude, respect, that's a very big thing. I would also say because we're all very independent, so that's a big thing. If I have to think of something different, I think for me it would be kind of what Sam said, like family oriented. Doesn't mean that you don't have to be close to your family, but if you're not willing to kind of like adapt to that or just like be around family or anything like that, that's a big red flag because I'm very close to my family. Like I said, you don't have to be close to your family, but you just have to be willing to like assimilate to that. That's a really big thing. Friends and family, because our friends are family.
That is another red flag to piggyback off Ashley when guys don't have friends. It's like, why do you?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is your reason for not having bros?
Yeah, that's a big,
Honestly,
And
Like-
I would say, like, to be fair, our friend group is very different.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
very special. And we're very blessed to have our friend group.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not normal to have such, like, longevity in friends. But I think, like, even if you can't get along, like, even if you come, I feel like if a guy came into this group and you guys were like, yo, Ash, I don't like him, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because why are you not getting along with them?
yeah.
It's true.
Like, that's a really big red flag for me. So, friends and family, yeah.
I don't think we're ever in a situation like that, though. Oh, all right. All right.
The
Next question.
tea. Spill the tea.
I'm
Ooh, there's
lost.
tea.
No tea.
Yeah, keep going.
All right.
Because, like, I'm not going to talk about that.
Question number 4. What is a boundary you do not like, but you will respect from your man's spouse? Ronnie, you may start.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know. You don't really do anything that like bothers me. Like you annoy me sometimes, obviously, but like a boundary, like you've never.
No, so that question means like someone asked it. I know, so I know what he's asking. So like it's basically asking like, does your man set up any boundaries that you don't like, but you respect him for it,
Oh,
and that you will respect the boundary?
I'm trying to think, but I don't think you've ever. I think we just know what not. I don't know. I don't think you've ever said like, "Yo, I don't like this. Don't do it." Am I wrong?
No, I feel like it's not like a big thing. It would just be like more smaller things. Like, hey, like, I don't know, pulling the door, and like it's not like a boundary. It's just like more
Well,
like
those are
a
quirks.
Yeah, it's more like a quirk.
I don't
so
think
it's
there's
like,
boundaries.
Yeah.
I think we respect each other, like enough that we don't almost need them, if that makes sense. Like, there's nothing that's ever need to be said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pick me or Asa.
I would say same. I've never had in my past relationships. I've never had like where somebody was like, "Oh, this is a boundary." I think it was more so respect. Like you respect me, I respect you. I treat you the way I want to be treated. So I've never had that. If it was an example, I feel like maybe I could talk better to that. But no, I've never had anything like that. Even if it was someone like I was like dating or anything. No.
The question kind of confuses me. So, would you guys give it like an example, like from a
Yeah.
guy's perspective, just so I can piggyback off of
Yeah,
that?
I can give one.
Yeah.
The most common one I give is like the guy friend things. Like when a
Okay.
girl has guy friends and a guy has a lot of girlfriends. Like, is there a boundary you would? Let me switch the question. Would you ever set up a boundary? You know, or did you ever have a boyfriend of yours in the past set up a boundary that you had to that you felt like was kind of like pushy, but like you respected him for it, and you just out of respect of the relationship you did it? So that's basically where the question's going.
I mean, I guess in the sense for that example, yeah, like with like guy friends and girlfriends, like whether it's on the opposite side or not, like as long as like you respect your partner, like there shouldn't be a problem having guys or girlfriends as. But I've definitely heard like from guys like, oh, like you can't be friends with these certain people, like I don't trust them. And it's kind of disheartening because like, you know, when you know people for so long, you're kind of like, why wouldn't you want me to be friends with these people? Like I know them longer than you have. So I mean, I would respect it because it would make them feel more comfortable, but at the end of the day, it's like I am my own person, that person's their own person, and my friendships are my friendships. So if they have a problem with a certain person, that's on them, but I will respect it.
Okay. Does anyone want to add to that, or you think we kind of answered that question?
I'm good.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So this is the fifth question that they asked on Instagram. What do you think men want in their ideal woman? So Sam, you can start on this one.
Beautiful. Okay. I definitely think men want a woman who is confident, not only in, you know, what they bring out like in a public setting. I think it's confidence in themselves, their career, my finger just cracked. Confidence in their career, like where they're headed in their life. Like confidence is key. I think when guys are attracted to women or want a woman in their life. So I definitely think confidence is a key. I think they want someone who is like, I guess in a sense, wifey material, someone who can provide and like hold a family for themselves, like could see them like raising a family, raising kids. I would definitely say that those are, I guess, are the two important things. And I guess just overall, like being independent and being able to make their own decisions, not being able to like rely on their significant other so much.
Okay. Let's see. Well, you're in that stage now. So what do you think you've shown my brother over here to make him want to take that next step with you? What do you feel like has embraced your relationship, and what do you bring to the table in the future that he can expect? Which I'm sure you've talked to him about it a bunch of times.
I think guys want a partner, but also a best friend. And I think Shade and I are best friends with each other, or each other's best friends, I should say. So I think that's number one. But they also want someone who is emotionally stable. Financially stable is like an if. It depends on the guy, because I feel like some guys are okay with being the winner, and some obviously want a working partner. But I think it's just someone who they can come home to at the end of the day after like a long day at work and not be their headache, but be their peace. So that could just be like, that varies per person, of course. But yeah.
All right. Well, Smash, you got the last one. What do you think men want in their ideal woman?
I think just like being in the dating world, it's definitely ambition, like, and independence, and Bentley would agree. Just like having your own goals, right? Like having your own goals, having your own independence, and like having your own life. Of course, it's great to have a partner, but when you have that career and that ambition, or it doesn't even have to be a career, just any goals, that really sets you apart. And like being independent, knowing that you can hold it on your own, and having a partner, it's just an addition. Like you're good on your own. I mean, I've said that a lot too. Like I'm good on my own, but having somebody would be an addition. So definitely ambition, goal driven.
I agree with that, Ash.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Did you want to add anything?
I think you ladies hit it on the nail. I feel like Sam really hit with the confidence. That's one of my biggest thing. If you're confident in anything, even if it's just like taking the trash out, like whatever, like that shows me that you are independent and you have your own autonomy. And I don't need to. I'm just there just to compliment it. Just like what Ashley was saying, it's just an addition. So I find that very much attractive. And also, like, I find simplicity the best. You know, we don't need to make things complicated. Men are super simple. We do not need that much. We really don't. It's just, XY equals Z. There's no square root, or it's just so simple. Once you keep things simple and you have your own autonomy, I think things will flourish and things will be perfectly fine.
To piggyback off of you, I feel like, you know, when you say like simplicity is key, I feel like for women it's completely different because we're thinking about 10 different things at the same time. When guys, it's just like A, B, and C. Girls are thinking about E, F, G, H, I, and J, and K, and that's where I feel like sometimes like things can go astray when it comes to making connections with people and building relationships.
No, that's definitely true. Like, I forgot who, I don't know if it was Charlemagne or I forgot who was mentioning it, but he was just like, guys are solution based. So at whatever the problem is, okay, let's just fix it, and this is what it is, and that's it. We're not thinking about, you know, Y, Z, and this is not. So that's kind of what I meant by the simplicity aspect. But yeah, no. Anything? What do you
What about you, Puka? Yeah.
No. I think you guys all nailed it right on the like. I think men are very simple. I think we don't ask for much. We just ask for calm, peace, and I think that I agree with what Sam said. I think we definitely look for someone that's confident, because someone that's confident knows what they want, knows what they're looking for career-wise, family-wise. They are someone that is looking to get that energy matched. You know what I mean? Like I'm someone that's very simple. I'm looking more in the future for a traditional woman, just because that's the route I want to go. I think that I want to start a family. I want to have kids. You know, we're entering our 30s. You know, as much as I don't like to put a timestamp on it. You know, sooner or later, you know, our boys won't start kicking in that good anymore. So like, I'm looking at it from a biological standpoint. No, I'm being serious. I mean, I don't think I have that, because my DNA, you see my family, they're producing like there's no tomorrow. So hopefully I got those genes. So
Not baby pukas running all over the place.
yeah, no. I don't, like I said, I don't know if I'm ready right now, but definitely that's what I'm looking for. And when I look at, you know, who the next person's going to be that's going to be my partner, I want them to be someone that's ambitious, someone that has goals, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't want someone just being lazy home, you know. Like, if she is going to be a mom, I understand she's going to be a mom, but I want certain things done at the house. Like, house has to be clean, things got to be done. Like, if I'm working my ass off and doing everything I got to do, I want to make sure the partner is doing everything she can do to make sure that my future kids have a good place to call home. You know, I don't want my kids going away from their house, like feeling like they can't come home because it's messy, it's not organized, things are not structured right. So I'm okay playing that role. You know, I know in this generation nowadays, like that role is like weird. It's being, they call men misogynists for that reason, which I don't think it's being misogynist at all. I think it's just like a man knows what he wants to do, and if he's willing to sacrifice his time to pay the bills, then why should that be looked at as a bad thing? You know what I mean? I think if anything, that should be glorified. Because my dad did it. So
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my mom stayed home. My mom still worked. She was a badass. She worked, and she still fucking cooked dinner. So it's something very, my mom's instilled that in me. She always told me, like, if you're gonna get a woman, make sure she can provide everything for you, but make sure you are providing back. Because if you're not, you're a piece of shit. So my mom kept it 100 with me. So that's where I got that from. So we're gonna move on to relationships. The topic. Yo, I'm just letting you guys know, ChatGPT, Anthony put me on, little Jacob. That shit is clutch, bro. The questions it asks is like insane. So I'm gonna read one and two. Shane, you'll read 3 and 4. We'll kind of keep it in that like 2 each, so we each get mic time, and also so I don't fuck up the production. We're gonna start with Pickney Ross. Okay. So, can you share perspective on the importance of self-love and self-care in building a healthy relationship?
Wow. That's...
Yeah, I'm telling you, ChatGPT.
Let me tell you, I know that definitely shows that it was not Puka or no one.
First of all, number one, hold up. I take that very offensively. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. You know what? I'm about to skip Pickney.
Wow. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, that was like
really
very long.
Yeah. Can you share your perspective on the importance of self-love and self-care in building a healthy relationship?
Okay, so I'm gonna do this in like the frame of getting out of a relationship. So once I got out of my long-term relationship, I made like this pact with myself, and I was like, for a year, you're not gonna date, you're not gonna talk to anybody, because when you're in a relationship, at least for me, not that you lose yourself, but like part of you has to tend to somebody else. So I basically, for that year, like I dated myself. It was like getting to know myself again. What did I like to do? What are my hobbies? Obviously, I didn't lose that in the relationship, but half my time was
Travel.
split up. Yes. Half my time was split up between like my partner and like what I like to do. So for me, it was for that year, I literally worked on myself, started like my fitness journey, got really into that, started like traveling more than what I would
We know.
normally. Luca, please.
You're always outside.
Ashley is always outside.
Yeah, and just like getting to know myself, literally taking that year to date myself. And actually a year from that, that's when I kind of, it just so happened that I started getting back out in the dating world. But but having that time to really like learn about myself again was so beneficial, because I felt whole in myself. I was like, I'm good. I'm good in myself. I'm confident in myself. I know what I want. And like, I'm ready at that point to like get out there again. So.
Like that answer. That was a good answer. Just to piggyback off a question that you said. All right. You said that you took some time, right, to kind of self-reflect and learn yourself again. And you said in the beginning, I liked what you said. You said you feel like you kind of lost yourself, but you kind of like retracted on that. But isn't that true? Like, don't you feel like a lot of times in a relationship, we tend to forget who we are trying to please this other person, and we lose a piece of ourselves? Like, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I would say like I didn't lose myself that's why I retracted a little bit. I didn't lose myself in the sense where like I didn't hang out with my friends. Like I still very much had my life, he had his life, we had our life like together. But I think in the sense you do lose yourself, right? It's not all the time where I can
change.
just I can just like get up, or my time was more split, right? Like I would have time with like him, his friends, his family, my friends, my family. Like holidays, we would talk about that as well. So you do lose, like you have to give a little bit to get a little bit, and that's what a partnership is. So that's kind of what I meant by that, not like completely like.
Okay,
losing
thank you.
myself.
No, that was good. That was good. I just wanted to make sure. I want to make sure that people hear everything about Pickney Ross. All right, Rennie. Same question. Can you share your perspective on the importance of self-love and self-care in building a healthy relationship? Now, don't feel like I'm butting in, but like I want you to specifically talk about what you said in the previous episode of what we had with you. You know, within your relationship, you felt like you still had to find self-love and build a confidence level for yourself to make sure that your relationship continued. What made you still pursue that within staying with Shane? Like a lot of people usually, when they feel like that, they feel like they need to separate. But what kind of was the glue to keep you with Shane and still go through that process?
Not that Shane like has ever said anything like weird, like in that sense, like about like my self care and stuff, but you kind of have like this underlying like thought, like you almost want to please your partner, like you want to look good for them and for yourself, but like you kind of just want to do better for your partner if that's the person for you. So like when it comes to self-care, like if Shane likes me to have my nails done, which is a silly example, like I'll go get them done because like if he wants it, like I should like it too. You know what I mean? Like it's a silly example, but like that's kind of I think what you're asking. And with the self-love, like if you don't love yourself first, you honestly should not get into a relationship. Which I truly believe because it's just not going to end well. Well, yeah, I think that's what you're asking.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I like the answer though. It was good. Did you have anything that you wanted to?
I think it's more so self-care too. Like I think that's what I emphasize more on. Like I dress, like in big t-shirts and leggings all day, and it's like we go to dinner, like I'm gonna look nice. Like those things you want to please your partner a little bit still. Like it's been almost 7.5 years I've been with Shade, and there's times we'll still get up and get ready and put on makeup. Well, I'll put on makeup and go out, even when I honestly don't want to.
Shane, you put on makeup?
Just to please him and make it feel like we're on like a first date again. You know what I mean? But yeah, you kind of have to please your partner a little bit too.
Yeah, I got you. Well, thank you for that answer. Thank you for the honesty. Sam, same question. Can you share your perspective on the importance of self-love and self-care in building a healthy relationship?
Well, I do think self love and self care is a continuous journey, whether you're in a relationship or not. And I think that's something important to stress on, because I do agree, like bouncing off Ashley, that sometimes when we get into relationships, we sometimes put 110% in it, and then when it doesn't work out, you kind of lose a part of yourself. Like, I would say, like in a morbid sense, like a part of yourself dies. So it's kind of like you have to like rebuild yourself. So with that self-love and self-care, that's how you can rebuild yourself into the person that you want to be and want to become for your next partner or for yourself. So like, for example, like getting out of a relationship, I felt lost, and it's not like the best feeling, but you got to bounce back. And so the way I wanted to find myself was to solo travel. So I did a solo trip by myself, and I found myself again. Like, I was able to take myself out where I want to go. I was able to do things I wanted to do, and I had no one to like ask or do anything for. Like, it was just about me. And so when you put yourself first, you attract that energy out there. I'm all about like energy, attracting the same energy. So the energy you put into yourself regarding self-love and self-care is what you're going to get back in the end of the day.
Beautifully said. 100% agreed on. That was a great answer. I truly believe that too. The energy you put out there is the energy you're going to get back. And I know for a fact that when you start working in yourself a lot, people notice as much as,
Absolutely.
they don't know what's going on with you. They just know something's right. Like, oh shit, like that guy or that girl, like she got it right. You know what I mean? So that's definitely true. Energy does bring powerful things. It attracts people. It makes people want to be around you, which is a 100% true. All right. Second question, and then like I said, Shane, you get 3 and 4. We're gonna start with Renee. How do you think societal expectations and gender roles impact modern relationships? Yeah, this is definitely ChatGPT. I think I would have phrased this a lot differently.
How do I think societal gender norms, you said?
Gender roles.
Roles, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so societal expectations and gender roles impact modern relationships. So kind of like
How
think
would
about
you
it.
word it?
Yeah, Puka would word it like this. How, like, there's obviously a traditional person that we look for, like, regardless of the role, right? Like, men look for a woman that can, the stereotype woman that stays home, cleans, does all this for a house, raises the children, which by the way, I also think a lot of the newer kids growing up are missing, like, the parents, like, not just mom, but the parents. I feel like parents are making an excuse, being so tired from work.
Absolutely.
And coming home to the kids and just not acknowledging them, not telling them how their day was. Like, I remember even my mom had like a horrible day at work. She would tell me, like, I didn't know dick about the dry cleaners, but I knew like what the fuck happened to my mom that day. You know what I mean? Like, just being obedient, just to listen to my mom, like understanding what happened with her day. I feel like a lot of parents are neglecting their kids, not talking to them, not letting them know, and it's fucking up everything. Like, I personally believe in this like new thing that you see in social media, like about open relationships, having more than one like partner is so fucking horrible. It's just fucking killing like the minds of people and letting them think that it's okay. Like, can you imagine sharing Shane with another girl?
No.
And like you would have to like that. Isn't that crazy?
Weird.
Shane, I'm sure you know. What's your thought on that? Would you want to have more than one girl?
He could barely handle me.
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm gonna plead the fifth.
I like that answer. Plead the fifth. Obviously, men's sexual wants are differently than what we actually need. Right? We need one woman to help us make sure our partner is gonna. We need someone to match our energy and also support us when we need it. But going on, my question, I would phrase this: do you think that fuck this question? Do you think society that we should base it off what's on social media, or do you think that having a traditional kind of role benefits everybody in a relationship?
We should not base it off social media. You don't always see the flaws that come from people's posts on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever. People only post the good things. 99% of them are fake. So I think that you should not go off that, if that's what you're asking again.
Yeah, that is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think it's I kind of do agree with you. Like, to go off what you said, I guess, like, kids aren't really being asked, like, how their days were, like, because there's working moms now and stuff. But nothing wrong with that, of course. Like, I think it should be more, like, looked at, especially because mental health now is, like, such a big topic in this world, too. And more openly talked about. Back in the day, it wasn't. But no, I don't think people should go off of, like, what society thinks, if that makes sense. But yeah.
No, I agree 100%. Same question for Sam. So, what are your thoughts?
I just think we live in a society where there's a lot of options, and like with social media, everything is not what it seems because we have filters, we have, people just showing the good side of things. We're not like, I feel like we all live in a delusional society right now. Exactly. And, the traditional way will never be the same because of how society is now, as much as like we want to have those traditional, because that's how we were raised. We were raised on traditional values. These kids nowadays, they're not raised that way. They're raised with gentle parents who want to just put an iPad in front of them and call it a day and think that's parenting. And all these kids, they're soaking in that social media stuff. So that's what they think is normal for like relationships, to have like open relationships, to have like, other partners, to, anything you could possibly think of. It's not normal. I do think that it does affect like relationships and dating nowadays, like especially like being on the dating scene. Like you see a bunch of different people, like you have people who know what they want, and then you have people who don't know what they want because of what they see on social media. They want what they see on social media. So I guess, yes, I feel as though like we should go in a traditional route, but I do think the gender roles definitely play a big part.
Smash, your turn.
Yeah, I would definitely say like you shouldn't be looking at social media, obviously, to like not talk about parenting, but I think base it off of parenting. I will say, to Sam's point, it's based off of the way you were raised, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, or like, I think the funny thing about social media is like Caribbean parents, right? Me and Shane in our group chat will send Caribbean memes because we were technically all raised the same. And we're like, we're not original in that sense. I think for me, though, specifically in the way I was raised, my parents were very progressive for their time, I will say. So even though my mom was cooking and cleaning, like my dad can cook and clean too. If my mom was working, like my dad would be doing our hair when we were younger and like getting us dressed. So it was very much an equal partnership. So for me, that's the example that I want to set. And like I said, for their time, that was very progressive for them. But for me, that's something that I think is like, if you're cooking and cleaning or if you're taking out the garbage, I can do that as well. Obviously, gender roles, it's normal, right? Like, my dad still takes out the garbage, but, like, if my mom has to do it, she will do it. Same thing for me and, like, my future partner. That's what I would want as well.
Agreed,
So.
Ashley.
Beautifully said. There we go. Wow, what a great answer. All three of you were great answers. That was beautiful.
Oh my God, don't cry, Puka.
I'm about to tear up.
Circle
I'm about to tear up.
podcast.
That makes me feel like there's hope out in the world.
Puka's
People
like,
with
"Ashley,
this
you got a
mentality.
cousin?"
Yeah, facts. You got a cousin?
Yeah,
He
no.
wants a little pick me or something.
Yeah, no.
Yo, bro, I would call my son Pickney. Shane, go ahead and
Pickney
ask.
Puka.
Actually, Shane, we're going to start with you. I want to ask you this question. What advice would you give to someone trying to maintain a successful long-term relationship or marriage? You're basically there, brother. Give me the advice, bro. Where are we going? Where are we going?
It's the
Three
C
things.
word, Shane. The C word.
Commitment?
Cash.
What she said?
He's like,
There's a lot of C words.
Compromise.
Oh, compromise. Yes. Well, that was one of them. All right. So number one, definitely compromise. I admit I struggle with this. I still continue to struggle with it with Renee because it's. I've always been raised to be super independent and not rely on other people, and just even like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, like Renee cooked and I was tired. I was just like, I'm not doing these dishes. Like, I'm not doing it. I have paperwork I have to do. Like, I'm just going to bed, and after that, And like I sat there, and then Renee had passed out. I was like, you know what? I gotta wash these dishes. Like she cooked. I came home to food. Like whoever's home first usually generally makes food. I was just like, you know what? I gotta compromise. Like I'm tired. I could do my notes and wake up early, do my notes in the morning. Like I will just do it. And that, like, that is still to say still a hard thing for me to try to remind myself. I feel like I have to continue to remind myself of it just because of the way I was just raised. So definitely compromise is one. Second thing I would say is patience. You gotta have freaking patience. And I mean, I definitely exhibit that because I have patience. I work with people 5 days a week that literally cuss me out or whatever or not. Like they're dealing with their own ailments, and I just have to have patience, just hear what they have to say and try to help them as much as I can. So I definitely try to relate that into my relationship. And you gotta have patience because sometimes things doesn't just come to you right away. And a lot of people, especially a lot of relationships now, you know, they expect everything right now, right now, right now, right now. Things have to be done this way, and people just don't have the attention span to even have it for 5 minutes, let alone wait, 6 months for something. So it's like patience is a very important thing to have in a long-term relationship. And lastly, it would definitely say, I know we definitely hashed on this before, but respect is like the cardinal thing. I know it may sound crazy, but I still to this day, like Renee would, I don't know, like open something for me. I'll be like, please and thank you. Like it doesn't even matter. She's still my spouse. She's still my significant other. She's someone that's important to me. But just that please and thank you just knows that we still establish and maintain that respect level. And it is so important. And a lot of times we get into relationships and we'll just forget that respect level. It's like, oh yeah, I don't need to open the door. Oh, I don't need to do this. And it's just like, no, you still need to say please and thank you. Like this is a human being. You gotta still respect them. And I think that gets lost a lot of times in relationships. So those are my 3 cardinal pillars for a successful marriage.
All I heard there was that he comes home late purposely so he doesn't have to cook. That's all I heard right there. That's crazy.
It's because I go to the gym with freaking Puka.
That's crazy. So now we know. So you gotta make sure you have the Apple track on him. He might just be sitting there at the Long Island Railroad in Valley Stream, be like, oh shit, when he's not home, I'm not coming home. That's crazy. All right, Renee, obviously you're engaged. What advice would you give to someone trying to maintain a successful long term? Is there anything different than you think you could piggyback off Shane?
Respect, compromise, and patience are key. I'm trying to think. He nailed everything pretty damn well in my opinion.
Pause.
He nailed everything pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you need to have respect for your partner. Compromise is key, and what was the other one he said? I forgot. I'm a little deluded. Oh,
Coming home late.
and patience. Yeah, I think he nailed the top 3 in my opinion.
All I heard was she said you nailed her 3 times. So good job, man. You did it right. Can I just I don't know your situations, but I'm going to assume Ashley and Sam and me, we're all single, right?
Yes.
No, married.
All right, so guys, there's still hope. Whoever, I'll put the tags up. So, but the question I was gonna ask though, obviously we can't ask this question, but I can rephrase it. What are you guys looking to do before you go into a next relationship? Like, what's something that you're looking to do for yourself, and what steps are you taking to get ready for that next partner, or is there any steps remaining?
I think for me, like I said, I did kind of like that moment of self-love, and obviously that's a continuous journey, so that never ends, even when you're in a relationship.
Facts.
Something that I've done more often is definitely traveling. Like when you have a partner, not to say that you can't, but you're still leaving somebody behind in that sense. So I think personally, like one of my things is going as far as I can go, being young and having those experiences like on my own. When you have a partner, then you'll build that. I think that is a biggest like leisurely thing. I think I've done the work. I mean, again, that's continuous, but yeah, I feel like right now I'm ready to. I'm like good on my own, like I said. So somebody coming in would be an addition. Same thing as if like somebody were to come to me. Like I would hope that I would be just an addition into their life and not like their whole like sphere.
Well, whoever is being added to Ashley's life, good luck. Make sure you have miles on your credit card because Ashley travels every.
Those points, they're free,
Yeah, she
guys.
travels every 3 weeks. So
don't
new
need
country,
their
new
points.
state.
I
So
have my own.
so get ready, bro. So whoever, good luck to you. Sam, same question. Anything you're looking to do at this stage of your life before you get into a next relationship?
I would say like I wouldn't say it's like the opposite of what Ashley said. I would say like I'd want to feel whole before I want someone to compliment me because I felt like I was always the one complimenting people. And so before I even get into my next relationship, like I want to feel confident within myself and my choices and really love myself fully before I even jump into something new. So that would be what I would say. So yeah.
And I think just to add on to that,
Yeah.
that's like, obviously we're both like single girlies,
Yeah.
but
It's hard out here.
we're single girlies, but it's also like different time frames, right? Like
Absolutely.
I've been single for a bit now, so I've had the time to kind of do that and be by myself.
And now she's outside enjoying her life as she
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
And
Period.
I'm starting that journey of just, enjoying my own company and, really showing myself how I want to be loved so someone out there can love me how I want to be loved accordingly.
And it just takes time. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm saying this now, but that's like what, a couple of years down the road. Like it's
Yeah,
like long.
exactly.
It's not easy. Like I've just seen kind of the other side of it, so it just takes time. And I feel like we've talked about that too. Like
And-
it
yeah.
literally just takes time.
And like to piggyback off, like as you guys like said, like patience is definitely key, especially with keeping a relationship going. I think it's also being patient with ourselves as well.
Yeah.
Because without being patient with ourselves in our own journey, how can we be patient with other people and our own relationships?
I like it. To put a guy's perspective, I guess, I definitely would say everything you said, learning to have self-love. I think I've always, recently, I've been really good with the self-love. Even, my relationship also just ended very, not too long ago. So I've always had self-love. It's been a journey. Like Ashley said, it's something once it's an eye opener for you and you're finally like aware that you need self-love, like that journey starts there and you start realizing what Ashley said, it's never ending. It's a journey every day. There will be bad times, there will be good times. And it's just accepting the moment, living in the moment, trying to progress every day. And in my factor is, I think I would be, not saying that I would be ready for a relationship, but I think if I needed to do one, like right away, like if there was someone that just came out of the blue and said, hey, like, I want to start this chapter with you. Me right now, in the moment I'm at, I would definitely be ready, but I'm not looking for that at the moment. I'm looking what Ashley did a couple years ago. She said, just looking to enjoy the ride right now. I'm looking to enjoy my ride. Put me first in everything. Like I have some bills that need to be paid financially. I want to move out of here, and even though my brother's, giving me a nice place. He's giving me a nice place, but I'm looking to put myself in a better position financially because I'm not like every other guy, and not every other guy's like me, but I'm in a situation where I have to take care of my old folks, and I want to make sure if I'm single now, I'm going full max. So I'm going to make sure that I get my parents out of the situation where I'm at. There's a couple things going on with my life, but just making sure I hit each task with my priority first. I wouldn't want to involve someone in what I'm about to do in the next couple of months of my life. So it's going to be tough, but I think it's definitely possible. Anything's possible. Shane has showed me that, with getting his house. Fonzo showed me that with his couple struggles of getting fired, rehired, getting a new job. Like I've seen that's why the bromance is such a big thing, because we see our brothers struggling and then still like succeeding in other areas and making sure that we help each other out. So that leads on to my next question. It's not on here, but why did you guys even answer this question? I know you said that bromance are stronger than the friendships of girls. Can I ask you why you think that is, Renee?
Because girls are fake.
Well, no, you two are not fake, Tara, but why do you say that? I need examples. Talk to us like we're stupid. Like, why do you say that?
No, it's not even like actually like really like give examples of like why like girls are
Because-
the way they are in terms of their relationship with other females.
Because girls are emotional. And we take everything to heart. So if Sam or Ashley pisses me off today, I'm going to go talk shit to Shane because this is what I would do. I'm going to be honest.
She has not done that before. Let's just clear the record.
Whereas guys will go straight to the source and be like, bro, you're an idiot. Da, 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 da. And 2 minutes later, they're dapping it up, going to get wings and a few beers to watch football. Girls will be like harping on it. I openly admit I am one of those girls. I know that.
I also feel it's like girls are more competitive with
Oh,
one another.
absolutely.
So on top of already being petty, some girls are competitive. Like I'm very grateful to have these two wonderful women in my life who I don't look at as competition. I look up to them, if anything. So
Technically not because I'm shorter than you.
well, bitch, I'm looking I don't want to look down on you, but
Fun
you
size.
know, but in the sense of like some girls really do get jealous. They look at it as a competition. They're like, I could be better than this person. I think it does play a huge role in girl friendships when in reality, guys, they're just like, yo, we bros, like we ride till we die, you know? So it's like it's like, I don't even like know how else to put it because like girls like yeah like we're great but I feel like sometimes like it's like a spark, it like fizzles out sometimes and you have to find those connections that keep the spark flying.
I think like the best example of this, and I feel like I've used this, and we've talked about this too a couple of times, is like if a guy gets in a relationship with a girl, right, and goes ghost, right, you don't see him, he's all wrapped up. Next thing you know, they break up, and then they come back to the group. All right, the guys will crack like a couple of jokes, but you guys will allow him back in. Girls, you're
Yeah, eventually.
you are
Eventually.
exiled
Yeah.
from the island. It's not, and I've seen it with
Yeah.
like other groups of friends in the past as well. Like if you're a girl and like you have a boyfriend and then it's everything, he's your everything, and you just like leave all your friends and then you guys break up and you try to come back in, it's a no-go. That's like that's the best example I could think of, honestly.
That's just like weird though.
Yeah.
Like why would you
But like I've seen it before where guys are just like, all right, like yeah, you crack a couple of jokes and it's like, all right, you're back, you're a bro. With girls, it's like, yeah, we're not friends anymore.
We take everything personally.
Yeah. Like that's a personal hit.
I
to,
think
like,
that's
us.
what a big difference
Yeah.
is between guys and girls too, because we take things a lot more personally.
Personally.
Guys might not show it, but we definitely show it that we take it personally.
Any thoughts?
Nah, I honestly really agree. Like what Renee says, it's things are just hit personally for some reason. I don't know. Maybe you guys can explain it. I don't know. It's just I'm speaking loosely for the guy population, but we just don't take things so personally. We just take things from how we see it. If that's what it is, all right, we'll help you. This and that. We'll crack jokes. That's it. Give you a little shame. Yeah, all right. There's different.
You don't
there's-
think so,
there's
bro? We
different-
take shit personally. Don't
think
lie
it's
to me.
I
because
know,
guys-
but
Don't
it
lie
has
to them.
it has to
Don't
be
lie
a
to them.
dagger to the heart. Like, yo, bro, you did this. We're like, this is fucked up.
Let me give you an example. Like I think Sam, I think she was the one that touched up on it. Like or Renee, I don't remember. One of you did. If something happens within like let's just hypothetically say, right? Me and Shane were supposed to do a podcast, right? And Shane cancels at the last minute, like on the same day. On that very moment when he cancels, I'm gonna make sure he knows he's fake as fuck. Like I'm gonna be like, yo, you're a fake ass motherfucker. You're a pussy. Like I can't trust you no more. Shane's gonna reply, fuck you. You're right, but I seriously can't do it because X, Y, and Z. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? My bad. You're right. I didn't know that was happening with you. You're still fucking fake, but we'll leave it at that. So I feel like I don't know. Like we just let them have it at that very moment, and then we worry about the aftermath.
I think it's also because you guys think more logically and we think more emotionally when it comes to a lot of
Facts.
things.
Like, because we would be like,
Because logically, you're saying X, Y, and Z. This is why I couldn't show up to the
Right.
podcast. We're taking it as you didn't want to show up because
Period.
you didn't want to show
Right.
up, and you weren't there for me. So that's it.
So like
Right.
our
Or-
response would
or-
be like, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
right, or would have been like, it would have been like, oh hey, you should have just told me this sooner. This is not. Well, guys, I'm like, all right, you know what? Shit happens. Like that's it. We'll plan for another day. Like,
We kind of harp on it a little
Yeah.
bit. so-
Yeah.
a little
it.
bit.
I like it. Shane, you can go to the next question, which are, yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with you, Sam. Have you ever experienced a challenging breakup or divorce? How did you cope and grow from that experience? I mean, we all experience it. Not just channeling this to Sam,
Why
but
is this so deep?
Chat GBT. Getting
Yeah, what are they doing?
Getting in
Oh,
there.
that
Yeah.
AI,
So the
man.
question was, how did I cope from the bad breakup or divorce?
yeah. And how did you grow from that experience?
Well, I've been through both situations. Not me personally getting divorced, but my parents getting separated. It's not easy because you definitely feel a sense of responsibility when, you know, both your parents are at a very low point in their relationship. So with that, it comes with a lot of patience and therapy. So it's all about being able to pick yourself up from a dark situation. And so even when I said in the beginning, like, you have to embrace your dark moments and the times that you're in, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a relationship, you kind of have to embrace it and try and figure out the lessons that you can learn from those situations. That's how I've personally done it. I try to look at it more logically, like, what went wrong? What are the steps I could take to fix this? And how am I going to do that in the future to avoid anything from happening? Because even with my parents getting divorced, I don't want that for myself. So I have to take the steps now and make kind of like a list of things and like requirements that I need in a future relationship and what I need to do for myself in order to make sure that that will never happen for me. So, I mean, the future is very, you know, unknown and we don't know what happens, but
It's promising.
we could at least try to move in the right direction and make sure we know that, you know, we're going to be okay at the end of the day. And as long as you're taking the steps to make yourself okay, you'll be in a good spot. Sorry, that was very deep.
That was very deep. But you honestly really hit on it, honestly. Real
Yeah.
talk. We'll go to Smash.
Well, I've never been divorced.
Clearly doesn't apply to none of us.
Yeah, thankfully.
Does it? But
No.
yeah.
But I'll definitely say just being in 2 long-term relationships that didn't end in marriage or anything. For me, it was more so like investing in someone. And when you invest in someone and you take that time to be with someone, like Shane and Renee, you guys have been together for a really long time, it's kind of coming out of that and being okay that that time wasn't wasted, right? Like, yeah, okay, it may not have turned out the way you wanted it to turn out, but it's okay that time you've learned about yourself, you learned about your partner, things you want, things you don't want. So I think that's the biggest thing. Now, like, being a single girly, it's kind of like, okay, there is somebody out there and maybe I invest in someone and it's still not the right person, but not being like discouraged from that, investing time in somebody and it not working out.
I completely agree with you, especially being another single girly. Like, you know, it's hard when you invest so much time because most of the time people are like, I wasted so much time on someone, but like that time wasn't wasting. You spent time like showing someone love, like you showed yourself that like you're capable of being loved. So I don't think that's time well wasted. I think that's time that you can use to like reflect on what you truly want in your life.
Yeah, it was like still time invested, no matter how it turned out. So
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
All right, my Ronnie.
Well, I'm engaged, so
Still.
She said,
how'd I
not a
get
single
how'd I get
girl.
over a bad breakup?
Yeah, no, like, have you and Shane ever had breaks or any time that you fought bad? Like, I'll rephrase it for you. Like, in the times that there were bad moments in your relationships or maybe a breakup, what made you kind of bounce back from that and give Shane or give your relationship another shot?
I think we had like one break where we like broke up for like a week or two. I think it was like when I was away in Connecticut. But like we were talking every day. We were just like, oh, we're not together. But like, it was just like we were young and stupid. Would I do that now? No, it'd be very like we're together or we're not. Like I'm not going back. Like we're talking, but we're not together. We're way past that. But I think that like why we came, I think because our communication, it definitely needs work sometimes, I will not lie, but we definitely talk things out. Took some time to be alone, like hours, not days, but like getting our thoughts together separately and then just like discussing it with each other. So that helps. But yeah.
All right. Have you experienced a challenging breakup or whatever? Well, divorce happened once, right? I've been divorced once in my life. No, I'm fucking with you guys. not been married, but I guess a breakup. I guess the only thing I would say is just what Sam said, man. She cut it right. Like she said it beautifully. Just making sure you analyze it after, making sure that you know where you're coming from, where that relationship was, what you could have done better, what you expect from your partner. Learn from it. You know, don't just take it as like, oh, it didn't work out. I'm fucking pissed off about this. I'm just gonna sulk over it now. I think that you really need to analyze your prior relationship, know what you did and didn't do, and not beat yourself up too much, because at the end of the day, like she said, the time is not wasted. It's timed. It's a time that speaking of me personally, I think my ex was, you don't have to believe in God or anything, but I think she was placed perfectly in the time that I needed her to be in. And you guys all know here, at least to a certain extent, these last couple of years for me have been so challenging, like everything that I went through. And I think if I didn't have her in my life, I think I would have been very lost. I think that regardless, since it didn't work out, obviously, it's not for a bad reason. It's honestly a good reason. Like, I didn't think that was ever going to be a possibility in my life. I didn't think a relationship would ever end in good terms, like, until you experience it. So she was there to be like my stone when I needed her. Like, I needed a lot of support. I needed someone to just be there for me, someone to be there emotionally, be there. And a lot of things happen behind closed doors that obviously, in a relationship, you all understand. Like, even though when a relationship ends, you can talk so much shit about that person, but behind closed doors, so much beautiful things happen within that relationship.
Absolutely.
So, if anything, that my ex has taught me how to emotionally grow mentally, making sure that she was always a big supporter of, hey, listen, you got to love yourself. And I did, but I took it to another level where I used to not give a fuck about what people thought about me, which is always a good thing, right? But I also didn't carry myself always like, I used to dress a lot downer than this. And it comes to a point where she was like, all right, you can do that, but you also have to have some pride in you. Like, like making sure you're not just looking like a fucking straight bum 24/7. Look like a bum 3 days out of the week. Don't look like a bum 7 days, because it does something to your
Absolutely.
That's so true.
Yeah. So in a weird way, like I said, she's helped me grow as a person. She's helped me grow to become an adult. Like, mentally, I'm at my, like, obviously I'm gonna say this always, I'm at my highest recently, and a lot of it, the credit's owed to her, and to her, and just dealing with my bullshit, because I know I'm not easy to deal with, and trust me, I didn't really fucking feel the whole feeling of it until she was gone. Like, and then I'm like, yo, who's gonna deal with my bullshit now? And I have to deal with it.
Absolutely. I was just about to say
Yeah.
that.
So learning to, like, when I hear myself sometimes talk to myself, because I think a big factor of always getting better is learning to talk to yourself, being okay in those dark moments. You know, I've cried like a bitch
Yep.
for these last couple of months. It's been tough, but hearing yourself like speak to yourself, like yo, are you doing okay today? Okay, you're not. All right, let's do something about it. Let's get out of the house. Like the day that the day after I broke up, I was literally in my room the whole day. I was in my room for the last 2 days, and you kept fucking calling me to come upstairs. And
Girl night.
you wouldn't
I just love
fucking
hanging out with you, Puka.
yeah, you wouldn't fucking stop. But it was a good thing because it made me get out of bed. It made me go get food. It made me, you know, and those are small steps because you start realizing like it's not a big moment, but it's small moments like that. Like, all right, let me get out of bed. Let me go say hi to people. Let me be, you know, social, and let me just be in an environment where everyone, you know, is just being in a good mood. So, you know, as much as you don't want to be in it, sometimes forcing yourself to go into those moments,
Yeah.
It's baby steps.
it's very beneficial. So
It's like going to the gym when you don't want to go. You always feel better after.
exactly, and that's what this motherfucker's made me do a lot too. Like go to the gym, lift some
Same.
weights. So it's always a plus. So I can definitely say that if anything, making sure you analyze that former relationship and
Learn the
just
lesson.
learn the lesson. Just get better at it for next time.
Absolutely.
Don't shit on yourself. Don't look at that time as wasted because it's not. It's definitely there for a good reason. Shane, you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, I think we kind of hit on this prior, but what are some common misconceptions about love and relationships that you would like to debunk? I actually just want to start with this. I know it's a girls podcast, but this is one of those things where like it really just bothers me to the soul. The idea that everything is just perfect. There is just nothing wrong, and
Period.
how Instagram really glorifies how relationships should be and everything. It just bothers me to the soul because that is not a relationship. That is just you portraying what you want to be and want the world to see, but deep down inside, that's not what's going on. And it's such a trend because I see a lot of people like I'm for not Instagram or like any social media. Like there needs to be that. I shouldn't say that there's people who can handle it and know how to portray their life in a positive light and bring some positivity to other people. But there's other people who show, hey, like we're in the Maldives, this is not, and then like they're fighting and they're doing other things, and that type of like image is just like it's just so toxic, and it's just like the idea of everything being perfect, like a wedding being perfect. This is like it's just that idea. It just really irks me, and it's something that I just really wish that a lot of people do not portray on TikTok, any social media platform, or anything like that. But
I feel like half the time these people are miserable anyway. The ones
yeah.
that are posting like the big
I
paragraphs
was just gonna say
and the
that.
extravagant Instagram posts. Like,
The ones who
you're
text,
miserable. Calm down.
the ones who
We know.
text the longest captions and post the most about their
Yeah.
partner are the most miserable.
It's
Less
crazy
is-
because
less is
really,
more.
It really is
No.
that. It really is that.
Less is more.
Pooks, what's your take on that?
Well, I guess I'm not gonna put captions on my Instagram posts anymore.
Who could just be like aisle line.
You don't need to be
period.
a novel.
Who's
No.
do a
No,
heart.
I agree with you guys. I mean, social media can be very toxic, and I think that that's why I'm one of those big people that believe that kids should not be introduced to it way too early because sometimes it could be very toxic. All right, so yeah, definitely social media can be very, very dangerous in the wrong hands, and I agree with you 100%. People that post every day, post like something about them being somewhere, it could be very misleading to the public. And, you know, a lot of those people just have different lives. You know, some people that are rich, like you look at the celebrities and stuff like that, that's not real. Like those are the 1% people that get to live like that. But every other day, you know, you have to work your 9 to 5,
Yep.
make sure you get your bills. Like I actually appreciate the people that post about the struggles because, like, I like following things like that. I like hearing that, yo, I had a horrible day at work. Here's my, that's why we follow these people sometimes that are becoming so famous on TikTok because they can just speak out about how, especially the ones that don't fake it because you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
Sometimes
some of
you're
those fake criers out there. Are
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
it's-
concerning.
Yeah. Like I see some wild shit sometimes where people like I don't know if you guys ever saw the nurse that started like she put a TikTok video of her fucking crying after a dead patient and the comments roasted her like dumb bitch like why are you posting this like you
I didn't see
like
that.
after like your patient dies you shouldn't be even publicizing this on social media.
Yeah.
That's
This
a
is
big
a-
HIPAA violation.
Yeah.
HIPAA violation, and it's your duty as a nurse not to be in the job, not on TikTok. So
Literally.
get your ass back to work.
Yeah,
No
so
offense.
like I said, social media can be very misleading, especially the kids growing up. That's why I try to instill this in my nieces. I'm so proud. Like I know I'm not dad, but my two nieces, the ones that I have been able to guide and mold, they are successful ladies, and it just gives me such high hope that the sky's the limit for them. Like, you know what I mean? They've done nothing but progress, become better than me in career-wise, and it's gonna be very intriguing to see what my nephews do and my other nieces do, and I'm trying to be there for them, but it's weird in this situation. And Bentley, someone put Bentley up. Like Bentley wants to be carried. He wants to show some love.
Yeah,
What's
he
the
just
one
wants
next to
attention.
He don't like put some headphones on that motherfucker.
Shane, just let him leave the door open, let him go in and out.
You could leave the door open too. The next question. Let's move on to friendships. So before we get to the question, I have some questions for the three of you. What do you feel has been the key, the glue that's made your friendship blossom? Like, what do you think it is about you three that has shown such positive things to make sure that your friendship continues?
We're very honest with each other.
Yeah.
We ain't fake.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I would say it's authenticity.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the word.
A lot of
I-
laughter, a lot of
of-
understanding,
Yeah.
a lot of just like being ourselves.
Yeah. And like no judgment.
Yeah.
No anything. Like I could be like, oh my god, guys, I had the worst day, and Sam could be like, I had the best day, and we'll be crying, and then 2 seconds later
We'll be laughing.
Like,
So accurate.
that
It's
is-
a lot of like support too. I feel like we're always supporting each other, and like
That's
we'll
so
even
true.
call each other out on our shit too, because that's a big thing. Because sometimes like we want to be like, oh my god, you're doing great, making the best decisions. Like sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
And most of the time, like these girls are like calling me out on my shit, and like I'm so happy that they do because it kind of holds myself accountable.
I agree.
You call me out on my shit a lot, so I appreciate it.
There's always a way to say something in a nicer way.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we all have our like best interests in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we're all in like different parts of our lives, but we can still like be compassionate and be empathetic and be sympathetic to one another, even though we're not like all in the
Yeah.
same. Like Renee's engaged, and
Yeah.
me and we're single girlies.
Killing it.
I got a nice little wrench in that question. Do you think if Shane and I want to be real, I want to hear it. You think if Shane and Renee ended up breaking up, obviously we're gonna knock on wood, but would you guys still continue that friendship?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I've said it how many
These are my
times?
friends
I've
now.
said it. I've said it to Shane. I said
Yeah.
if you this was before they got engaged. If you guys broke up, Renee would still be my girl.
Yeah.
Puka, you wouldn't be my friend if we broke up?
I'll be honest. I have a different gentleman rule. Like Shane knows my rule with this. It's hard. I would be respectful
is
to you. I'd be respectful
wild.
to you, but I wouldn't want to pass the boundary with that. Just because that's my boy. Like I die. You.
I mean,
you
I knew
know-
Shane before I knew
You my boy,
Renee.
too,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I
But,
said, there's a girl and guy difference. I think with everything. Like you
Wow,
have to
you're
understand.
So fake, Puka. I thought you
No,
were
no, no.
my friend.
I'm telling you right now, that's not being fake. Like
least
you knew
he's-
this already.
He's being honest, but like it's not something you want.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like if you reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to hang?" I'd automatically just say no. But if you said to me like, "Hey, Puka, can I borrow like $60? I'm like low on gas and I have for some reason have no money because I don't feel like working or something like that." I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll lend you $60." I'll be like, and I'd tell Shane, I'd be like, "Yo, Shane, I lent your ex $60." You know.
Now he'd be like, new phone, who this?
No. I'm being serious. I'm being real. It's just something I've learned from my friends having
respect
previous
it.
That is
relationships.
tr- that is
And
Facts.
That
I
is-
remember
that
like
is true,
Ashley can
Puka.
speak very high to this. That's why she called me fake. But I told her I didn't want to disrespect a boundary. and I stopped fucking with her only because like it was weird. I was still boys with, Kevin, and Kevin was how weird would it be if I was hanging out with Ashley randomly? It'd be very weird at least to him. He'd feel some type of way. So I found it later on as I was growing up, it was just easier to keep a boundary with that, and I always told my ex too, like, hey, listen, I have a weird, simple rule. I don't expect you to like all my friends. Like, it's interesting that you said like the red flag is like, if she doesn't fuck with your friends, like, I don't feel it that way. I'm like, if she doesn't fuck with my friend, like, it's different. Like, if she hated my friends, I would have that red flag.
Yeah, no, I think for us, it's like our friend group is literally like a second family, especially to me. And I told you guys that. I was like, I would never bring somebody who's not like, I would never bring somebody around who I'm just dating. Like, it would be a boyfriend that you guys get introduced because you guys are my second family.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like,
100%.
for me, it's more so like you guys can get along, and we've seen girlfriends, boyfriends come in and out of this group, right? So if you guys can get along with a majority of people, and you guys can't get along with him, I'm just like,
It's a little bit like red flag.
yeah,
Like
it's
flying
like
in the air.
maybe like a pink that's like magenta,
Yellow turning
Like,
orange to red.
because like it's still my
Pink
significant
flag,
other.
pink flag.
Yeah, but yeah, even like we didn't have any beef, Puka. But to your point, like speak
it out. Tell me.
We didn't have beef, but yeah, I did say you were fake because even though we met through somebody mutual. Like, we became friends. Same thing with Shane. Same thing with Kyle.
It's facts. Ashley
Like-
slept in my bed with my dog.
I did.
True story.
R.I.P. Snowball. Oh, my God.
She used to carry my little nephews with their big ass heads.
Yeah. Like, when I saw that picture of them, I'm like, yo, we're old.
Yeah, they
They were
grew.
babies. Like, yeah, I'm an OG in this. I'm an OG girl in this group. But,
Big facts.
yeah. And then you want to know why you didn't get invited to my birthday party for all those
That's
years.
fucking facts. Nah, but you see this, we lay it out. We lay it out straight. We don't on the PCP. We don't hide. We confront everything. What about you? How do you think we've maintained this bond, bro? Like, how do you think I deal with your dumb ass every day?
Likewise. Nah, I feel like I would never forget in earth science.
Oh my god.
And
Here we go.
listen, we gotta bring it back to
Wow.
the roots. Pump the brakes. Miss Kane, shout out wherever you at.
Was she your hot teacher?
Wait, who is it?
Miss Kane, K-A-N.
Kay? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember her. I wasn't in earth science. I was in chem.
Anyways,
Oh, you smart girl. Damn.
Anyways,
I took earth science twice.
I remember when she was like, I don't know, for some odd reason, she was talking about our birthdays for whatever reasons. And then she was like, March 21st, Shane. And she was like, March 21st, Puka. And we were like, what? Like, it can only be me sharing his birthday. That's it. And I feel like I know it's weird, but I feel like our birthdays for me always is that bond that like kept us together. Cause it's like, yeah, like how often you get to have someone share the same birthday as you and pretty much have the same type of goals and traits and how they perceive themselves, how they carry themselves, literally be almost the same. It's just, I feel like it's just so rare. So it's just like, we don't need, like, if something were, I don't know, like Puka were to move to New Zealand and like I'm still here and like I will make my trips to go over there and I think he would make the trips to come over here. So it's like, I know that, like, just the fact of how much we have shared so much in common that no matter what, like, we'll be there. No matter, like, even just him being here, like, he literally was dealing with shit with everything was going on in his family. I was looking to someone to rent the basement, and he literally was like, yo, is this you renting downstairs? I was like, yeah. And like, literally just fate. Like, it always works out no matter what. And literally to this day, it's just like, that's literally just God saying, hey, Shane's gonna have your back, Puka's gonna have your back no matter what. So, indestructible.
I feel that with the birthdays, especially since me and Ashley's birthday are the
Yes.
same week. So
Yes.
shout out to July birthdays.
Shout out to my cancers.
Kansas. All right, well, that was very touching, Shane. Very nice, very cute. I'll tell you this much, man. I mean, I'm not fucking fake, so I'm gonna tell you as real as I can say. If Shane ever moved to New Zealand, goodbye, fucking Shane. I'm not.
I was just about to say. I was
nah.
just about to say because your best friend literally lives in Germany, and I don't think Puga's ever been to Germany. So
Yo, you know what's crazy? Like, no, yo, Travis, don't take this offensively, bro. But like, I think the best friend title as we grow up, it means more. It's less than like I can't have one best friend. Like Travis has been my longest friend, and I love the kid. And when we meet, we're the dumbest motherfuckers you'll ever see. And you probably will like, oh my god, I can't stand these two. But like that's the bond that's there, right? But I don't think I have a best friend because it's just not fair to all my. I've been blessed to have so many good brothers in like my circle, and like Fonzo, Shane, Jamel, Travis, Franklin,
Make sure you're getting all of them.
you forgot
Nick
Herbert.
J.
You forgot Eric and Herbert.
McJay,
Shit.
dumb
Herbert, remember
fuck
this.
Eric, stupid Herbert.
That's
Like,
literally the whole guy
Group.
squad.
yeah, no. I mean,
He
like,
sounds like the mom that's
Yeah.
like, none of
I
my
don't
kids are
have
the
favorites.
favorite. I love them all equally.
no, because there's all like a different trait, like a different bond with every single one. Like to give you an example, like what bonds me and Shane. Like Shane said our birthday. Like I completely forgot we shared the same birthday until he said that.
Bruh.
But it to me,
Bruh.
it's
And this is your best friend, Shane?
bro,
You moved to New
Shane,
Zealand
you
for him?
go to New Zealand.
Also, you
with
didn't
him?
mention Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. real quick.
fat
Shout
butt
out.
Kyle, like fat
I'ma
cheeks
tell-
Kyle.
Out of everybody,
Out of
Kyle
everyone,
should be in top
Kyle
No,
should
no, no, no.
five.
Hold on,
He should
hold
have
on.
been.
Top 3.
Kyle's there. Kyle used to lend me his car in high school because that's how much he trusted me, and I would give him the Civic any day. But he never wanted to drive that shit. I don't
Why you
think
call it
Kyle.
a Civic?
Because if anyone, Ashley can vouch for me. She knew me back in the day. I had a Civic.
I thought
It was a
it
little
so
Blondo
weird.
hatchback thing. Like I'll put it up here. I have it on my Instagram. Yeah, but I think my bond with Shane is our work ethic, man. Like me and Shane, like if Shane does something, like you know how you said there's competition with girls, there's competition with guys too. But if Shane does something, it motivates me to be like, fuck this kid. Like I can do just as good, but in a good way. Like I don't have jealousy. I have like ambition.
You guys
now.
motivate one another.
Yeah, like if he goes to the gym and lifts 80, fuck him, I'm lifting 90. He'll see that shit and be like, nah, I'm lifting 100 until one of us fail. But you would think like when that person fails, like, oh, this is where we clown. No, this is where we actually like like if Shane is struggling with hundreds, I'm gonna push him to make sure he can do it. And if I get it and I don't struggle, he's not gonna look at me weird. He's just gonna be like, fuck, man, like that shit's not gonna happen again. And I like that shit. That shit gives me goosebumps. It's like, all right, like I'm gonna make sure I out him next time. And most of the time Shane beats me in the lifting, but I make sure to get my own when I do. And I'm so prideful of it. And I also, like I said, it pushes me. So I feel like that's my bond with Shane. My bond with Herbert, honestly, it's that the kid reminds me so much of me being a fucking teenager that I need him around. Because like
So he's immature.
yeah, he really is. I'll like, and he's like, I'm not afraid to out him because he lives in this like reality that time doesn't like. He still feels like he's a teenager, and I tell him all the time, like, bro, you thinking like that is not gonna help anybody because it's gonna get down. You're gonna look like a 40-year-old creepy guy. You're not gonna be able to do the things that you're doing anymore.
quagmire.
So he knows this, and I mean. Even though you girls don't see it, he's progressively trying to do better,
Oh,
and that's all we
absolutely.
ask for within a bro.
You have different friends for different things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Ashley is the party friend.
Oh.
Sam is the sit at home and drink wine and, do nothing friend.
And it's so important.
It's so true.
It's so important to actually acknowledge that and realize that that's okay.
When you want to
Yeah.
go out
'Cause,
fet,
oh,
call this one up.
Yep.
When I want to watch, 16 and Pregnant on the couch on Netflix, you call this one up.
Yeah.
Different folks for different strokes.
That's facts.
Period. When you want to laugh and cry in the same night,
Yeah.
call all 3
Yeah.
of us.
Or do TikToks.
If you want to do TikTok dances, call all 3 of us.
Oh God.
or prank calls.
bye.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If you want the most epic girl nights, call all 3 of us.
That sounds scary.
You would know you were there.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Your lights almost came off.
That's very true. I was a little worried in the beginning, but I think that I needed that. I think I was like, all right, they're exposing me to what could happen, so that's the good stuff right there. Okay. Are there any personal experiences or challenges in your friendships that stand out as particular? No, I don't like that fucking question. Are there any moments in your friendships that you felt evolved it to the next level, like between you three? Like, at what moment did you realize you're like, you had that moment where you were like, all right, this is my people. Like, this is who I need to fuck with.
Our group chat.
Period.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Our group chat.
Why?
Tell us a little bit more.
I can't.
No, we can't. For legal. For legal.
We're gonna need screenshots to put up. We need a nice screenshot to put
the
up.
receipts.
No, it's just our group chat.
Our
Like when
group
you have a
chat,
group chat, it
yeah.
just changes. Because you talk more when you're in a group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I text them on the side separately, like if it's like something quick. But like
Yeah.
if I'm gonna tell them something together, just in the group chat, and then we all have a therapy session.
Oh, I have a good question. This is random. Is it true that girls, like, when they sleep with a guy or something, you guys tell each other everything about that moment?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why though?
Right,
Can I
of
ask
course,
why?
yeah.
Like, I just need to know. Like, is it
Because
just
we're
like high
girls,
of the
we
gossip?
need all the details.
Yeah.
We need the circumference of the. Never mind.
And yeah, I'm about to say they need all the circumferences. Jeez.
I think for us, yeah, it's just like being honest and vulnerable.
We need
Like,
visuals
that's
in our own head. Like I need to know like. Every
Renee
detail.
needs to know.
No, I need details.
It's just like we ask a lot of questions,
Questions.
and it's just like us kind of putting ourselves in not like the situation
Yeah.
because it's a weird situation
Like,
we're
what
talking
would
about, but like
you
in
do?
any
Yeah.
situation, not specifically this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about things, we ask each other questions. It's not kind of like when guys are just like, "Yo, I did this," and they're just like, "Yeah, bet, cool,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome, dude."
Yeah.
But like,
You know, it's
But-
like girls are like, "Oh, well, like, what happened on the date? Where'd you go? What
Go.
did you eat?
Yeah.
What,
What
like,
did
what'd
you
you
wear?
wear?
You guys want to ask that?
Like, what
We
happened? What did you
don't.
guys
Yeah.
talk about?
we do, but I feel like you guys ask more than just what the sentence said. I feel like guys are like,
Probably.
like if you guys took us on next level, we had sex. Like, oh, how was the sex? This is that.
Yeah.
I feel like, but like, why? Why do you need to know that?
No, it's not like I
It's
don't
not
think
like
it's,
we
like,
need
it's
to
not
know
like the
the
physical thing
details.
of like, yeah, we want to know. But if she was just like, yeah, girl, like it was this, it. I was like, okay,
Like, we hype each other up. Like, it's
Okay.
fine.
To bring
Yeah.
each other up. Or,
Yeah.
Keep it real with one another.
Yeah.
All right.
We just need the deets. There's no questions
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need
yeah.
the deets, yo.
Every single thing from the time that you got dressed,
What car he drives, what he wear,
how he looked,
how does he look,
how did he smell,
what's his
Just all
social,
goes.
Credit card
You
number.
still ain't getting
you know?
mine. Nice try.
what is his LinkedIn? Sam and I have def done that.
Yeah.
No, I'm dead ass. I've searched people on Google.
Listen, gotta know all the things.
How many sisters he got?
He close with his family? Got a dog?
What kind?
That's scary. So now we know. It's confirmed. These ladies talk about everything. Do you honestly believe that guys, when you hear this locker room talk, what perceives
You mean
in
your
mind?
boys' nights? Yeah, you guys definitely.
What do you
you guys
perceive in
do.
that?
I don't think you guys talk about it, to be honest.
I do.
Because what I think is that just the way Shane reacted to how we do it, I definitely know that they don't talk about it.
Not
Maybe
as
other
in-depth.
people do, but
Yeah.
They def talk about it, not as in depth.
yeah.
Yes.
Receipts.
I think you guys. I feel like I've been an only girl with like the boy group, and you guys.
I think
not
same.
to pull
And-
receipts or anything, but I think that you guys do.
Yeah.
Maybe
You guys
not
talk
as
more
I'm trying to give
about.
you guys credit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys talk more as just as much as, if not just as
more.
much as girls.
I said this
You just-
boy group.
Maybe
Yeah.
less detail,
Yeah,
but y'all
less
still talk.
The way
details. You guys don't
y'all
want to give away your
gossip.
details.
Y'all are chatting.
Ooh,
It's a proven
chatty.
fact that guys, yes, talk a lot more shit in general than females. But
When it comes to
here's the
sex,
caveat.
you
Here's the
don't talk
caveat.
about it.
In terms of the details, and be like, yo, I smashed this girl. Da, da, da. No, guys do
I
not
just
talk
said
about
that,
that.
sir.
Or I feel
You
like
did
it's
say
like
that.
a close group of you guys, right? So maybe it's like you two. It wouldn't be like everybody like yo texting group like yo I just smashed and I like
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
not
can
like
see
that.
some people doing that, but,
But I feel like you girls would do that. It would be like 5 of you guys, and you're like
Yeah.
having girls'
Yeah.
night, and you would talk about it. I feel like guys would not do that.
Yeah, y'all wait to be in person because there's no receipts then.
Yeah. You guys
Yo,
do
bro,
that.
who did this to you? Who made you believe this? Who made you believe this?
Your friend group.
Nah, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. First of all, I just want to clarify the receipt girl over there, the one that was saying she was part of the girl.
Pick me.
Listen,
You look quiet.
she was purposely like, if we knew that she was in the room, we would say some stupid shit to her. But we wouldn't like if it's a guy conversation. We don't fucking. Maybe Shane can vouch for me. Well, no, you can't. You've been in a relationship for so long. But if a random, like if one of our bros hooks up with a random chick, that is the only time. And he knows that girl's never appearing as a person within the group, that is the only time we get details. Like, yo, her breasts were nice, her fucking ass was like fat as fuck.
So
Breasts?
I'm trying to keep it PG-13. I'm trying to
You
keep
say
it PG-13.
You can say
No,
fucking
every
motherfucker
other word.
like every.
Tits,
Literally just
titties,
said-
whatever.
No, you just said.
I like to call them
Oh
fun
my
bags.
No,
actually,
literally.
Just call them Boofords.
But
Boofords. No,
you guys
that's
wanna
Bronco the
talk
Buford right there.
about
Her big boofs.
girl logic. That's boy logic.
That
Saying
is-
breasts and then ass.
All
Like
right,
her
well-
And then
breasts were
fuck
so
every
nice,
other word.
but her ass was mad fat.
Yeah. No, but that is the only
Her
time a
breasticles.
guy.
Breasticles.
Her
That's the
breasticles.
only time a guy would give details. If it's like a stranger that we know is never coming back, like for 100% of fact.
You're telling me Shane has never mentioned anything about our sex life.
Bro, I'd snuff him if he did. Like if he ever told me anything about what you two do in the room, I'd be so the most.
You'd be so what?
I'd be tight.
Oh, why?
I'd be furious because that's
Is
not
it
something
'cause-
we discuss.
But is it because Renee's like even like
That's what I'm saying.
before,
She's not a
like,
stranger. She's someone
yeah,
that she's
close.
a peers.
Okay. I
There's a
understand
certain level of
that.
respect I have for Shane and
Yeah.
Renee.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to know if Shane gets pegged in that room. I don't want to fucking know. You know what I mean?
The only time they know about our sex life is when we left the door open, and you know that was by accident.
Poor
Can we edit that out?
How did this turn to
Yeah, edit
Puka
that
after dark?
Literally, hookah, PCP
After dark.
No, but I'm serious. Like guys don't like their locker room talk. It is a lot of bullshit. It is mostly bullshit. It's like Mick J, you're a whip, you're a pussy. Herbert, you'll never get love. Puka, yeah, this is the shit we say. Like, especially with Kyle in the room. Kyle says the most fucked up shit. Kyle will be
Kyle
like,
will always keep it
No,
real
let me tell
though.
you-
I'm gonna
So
keep it real because Kyle will mumble under his breath, and he thinks nobody hears but everyone.
Let me tell you, I always say I may be thinking it, but
Kyle
Kyle
will
will
say
say it.
yeah, no. Kyle says some
Shout out my
fucked
boy,
up
Kyle.
shit.
One,
So,
Kyle.
But he is the only person that could get away with it. Nobody would ever
Yup.
step to Kyle.
No one. I will never cross.
I would
Kyle.
never
I think I'm
cross
scared
I'll
of
just
Kyle.
slap Kyle in the fucking ass.
No,
No, I think I'm scared of Kyle on the low.
no.
No, but like, but I'm serious. Like, that's what our locker room talk is. It's not really anything like savagery. It's just like stupid bullshit that we want to get out. Because like, when with like, give you an example. Like when we're with our couple or something like that, right? You know, we act to a certain degree of maturity and everything. But men are very stupid, very immature. So like when we get together with the bros, it's like no filtration. We'll say the dumbest shit, even though it doesn't make sense. And like, I love when I say something to Shane and it gets him so mad. Like it gets like you see his dumbass face. Like I crossed the line with him, and Shane is the easiest target because him and Herbert say the most foul shit to people. Kyle always says foul shit, so it's never
They
like
do,
a surprise.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
But when you get Shane and Herbert to that level, like Shane will throw something back that's real, and like everyone like blows up, and it's just like it's a funny feeling. It's like a comedic feeling, like you just have comedy within the group.
But I also feel like that's maybe like the difference between like boy talk and girl talk. Like boy talk, right, is like, oh, like joking, like whatever, you're just joking, right? And it's like all these things. But
Lot of
girl
girls mean that
talk,
shit.
it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we
There's
mean it, but
meaning behind it.
but it's
Absolutely.
also like we're talking about real life things,
Yeah.
like real life dates, real life relationships, where you guys are like, oh, you're so whipped, da 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 da. It's like more of like joking.
you guys are like joking with each
I
other.
ever said to Sam or Ashley they'll never get love, I would get snubbed.
I literally.
Herbert will go order chicken nuggets and crime sauce. And then hit you guys up the next day and be like, what are we doing tonight?
No, we would be like, really? Like, Renee, you think that?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's,
Right, though? Like, that's what
the
we do,
difference.
right?
Yeah.
That is the difference.
is-
The thing
yeah.
is, with guys, there's no meaning behind it. There's literally no meaning
Yeah, because
behind it.
girls are more emotional.
Oh, so it's just,
So let me ask you this: what do you guys top 3 things you all talk about?
she's
on
trying to
Thursday?
get dirt. Check she.
Besides sports.
What top 3 things? You gotta pick
Yeah,
3 things you guys
yeah.
talk
Let's
about.
not. I know you guys talk about the next whatever, but like.
Y'all are playing your little card games, ride the bus, ride the big Buford, whatever. What do y'all talk about? Let's ask you guys the first
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You want to answer first?
Top 3.
No, you go first.
No, yeah, top 3. 2 separate answers.
First of all, shout out to Boo for the Bronco. That's my car right there. She's outside. I guess I can't use sports because Ashley said I can't use sports. So the 3 things that we talk about is probably like we'll throw a mix. Depends on like what kind of day it is. Like if it's like, yo, bro talk hasn't happened in a long time, I'm telling you, these factors matter.
Or you guys call it bro talk? Like guys, we're sitting down, we're having bro talk.
Oh hell yeah, Shane's the one that usually unifies it.
Order in the court.
Shane
bro
will go
talk.
like, "Hey, bro," like this is how the text goes. "Hey, bro, like, yo, we having a bro time?" Absolutely. And then
So
no-
it's you.
yeah, it's mostly Shane. It's mostly Shane, yeah. But you know what it is? It's just like, yo, we got to be real, bro. Even though it's going to get you in trouble. This is what the people want.
That's what she wants. She just wants teas.
But yeah, Shane's usually the organizer. If it's not Shane, it's Mike J, but no one wants to go to Deer Park. So half the time it's the people with the homes that can be provided. So
Fair.
usually we just talk. Number one, we always talk about no matter what, like what happened to our jobs. We have to vent. So our venting session, like fuck work, this happened, blah 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 blah. Then from work we usually move on to, hey, anyone have any tea to spill out, like a funny story about what happened throughout the week within their couple. And this is where we vent too. This is where we get some steam off. Like, yo, I can't believe this person did this. Like, I don't even know why she got mad at this. And I'll give myself an example. Like, especially if I feel like something stupid happened, like I'll vent about it here, and I need to get perspective out of it.
And you need the reassurance to know that I'm okay to get upset.
No, so here's the funny part. Usually, a good bro, especially if they're taking it serious, they're gonna give me a funny reaction, but then their serious thought on it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Puka, you were wrong here. Like, I think
Yeah.
I think you fucked up. Or they're like, Puka, nah, you were right, but you
could've
gotta
went about,
compromise
like,
it.
this
Yeah.
and this and this. Yeah.
So it's getting kind of a different perspective on the situation regarding, if we're in a date, in a relationship, or if we're single, we'll usually just roast the motherfucker or ask him how his date was. And it's just time to vent, it's to get steam away. Because like you said, in a partnership, if something goes wrong within that partnership, you're not going to vent to Renee. Like, he's not going to go vent to you about something that you just did. That makes no fucking sense. Especially if you think you are 100% right about it. It's just literally him arguing against nothing. Like, he's going to lose. But he can go and tell us about it. And then if he gets reassured that you were right in that situation, then he feels a lot better. He's like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I got to talk to her tomorrow. And it's good to have bro talk because it gives you an easier day tomorrow, because he might regret what he said to you, and you might get flowers, dinner, breakfast, or whatever he feels like he needs to do to, make it up to you. So I think bro talk is very beneficial in many ways.
I like that you hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah, we don't just talk about boobs and ass all the time.
I think it's also just like even today, like Puka was like, "Oh, after the podcast, we'll watch the fight," and then we were like, "We're downstairs or upstairs," and I was like, I can literally saw the text message. I was like, "I gotta ask wifey," and then I forget it was Herbert or Fonzo. It was like, "Damn, bro, really?" Even though he literally has a wife, so he understands, but he knows he's making a joke about it. So it's just like I took it. I was like, "Okay, yo, bro, you're right. Like we should not have guys time upstairs where Renee, where we're not, so we go downstairs." And that's why I was just joking with you earlier.
Perfect.
But
I
see,
have to be in bed at 11 tonight.
but see, those are just the jokes. I was saying, like there is a subliminal message behind that, even though like I know the answer and Fonzo knows the answer, but he could relate with me.
Y'all just like being passive aggressive to each other.
Yep.
In a way. All right. That was good, man. We had some good conversations there. Okay. Let's see. There's a lot of good questions here, but I like the route we're going. Kind of just bullshitting and just making up questions as there is. I do have a couple of questions that I wanted to ask you. Do you think, just because I'm looking at a previous situation, you okay? A previous argument I've had before in the past, right? At what moment do you think it's not okay to like respect your couple when they're disagreeing with you? Like maybe I'm phrasing it wrong. Like let's say someone like your partner tells you he doesn't like this thing that you do. And that doesn't like, I want to give a new example. Like he doesn't like the way you dress, right? In public. Like he feels like you're exposing too much. Do you think that's asking too much? Obviously, I guess the stage of the relationship matters where you are, but let's say you're in a serious relationship and he's telling you this. Do you think that's a valid input, or do you think that person's just insecure?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like if you guys have been in a long relationship and let's say she's clearly dressing inappropriately, it's like I feel like you both should be at a mutual understanding that, you know, she should be dressing accordingly, especially like since you guys have been together for so long. Like, why does she need to dress like that? But I guess it's the way you approach it. If you say, yeah, I don't like the way you dress, there's going to be a problem. You guys are probably going to get into an argument. You say, you are a beautiful person. The way you dress, it's kind of concerning. You explain why. But then say, you are beautiful no matter what you wear. This is just my concern and I want to hear your side. It's just open communication, and that's the more important thing when it comes to like bringing up a tough conversation.
I agree with that. That was a good answer. Thank you for that. Next, Renee.
I agree with Sam. I think there's a way to say things. Like if Shane didn't like the way I dress, if I dressed like too provocatively, he would say something. But there's always a way to say it. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's really being insecure. I think it's just like, I don't think it's really being insecure. I think it's just more so how you say it. If you said, change right now, you're not wearing that, it's like, well, I need the reason why. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of agree with Sam on that.
Yeah, I would say I agree with both of you, but it also for me goes back to respect, right? Like, let's say like one night I want to dress like a little, you know, like I just want to like show out a little bit, but like maybe like we're going out together, right? Or maybe it's like girls' night. I think it's like I would need my partner to be okay and like trust that like, okay, I'm dressing like that, but I can like hold my own, right? So
I agree,
my-
Ashley.
I like what you said there. That was a good. But like I said, hypothetically, right? Let's say you're doing that, but you're at a point where you're very serious with this person, but he's saying to you like, I don't think that's a smart idea going out looking like that. He's pushing back on it. Is that something you're okay changing depending on how he says it, or you're just not going to change because you want to dress sexy that day?
I think it for me it's half and half, honestly. It's how he said it for sure. Like if Renee like she said, if he was like, oh, go change, like you can't, like don't go out like that, like absolutely not.
I should be like, bet.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, bet I'm gone. But also again, yeah, for me it's like I know what I'm doing myself and like thank you so much for your input. But like if I want to dress like this, like I'm gonna go out and dress like that. And obviously I wouldn't, again, for me in a relationship, like I wouldn't do anything to disrespect my partner. But like it's girls' night. Everyone's like, oh, let's get dressed. Like we're all getting dressed. We're gonna have girls' night. Sure, fine.
Also, to piggyback off that, if you knew the girl that you're dating dressed
Yeah.
like this and it was going to bother you, maybe don't date her.
Big purr.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I like that. Another good question that I remember someone asking me to ask you girls. So, obviously, I think we're all roughly around the same age, right? Right?
Same.
Like I'm about to hit 30 in a couple months. Some of you are like 28, 29, right? But we're roughly around the same stage of our lives. Is there a age you girls would, I guess, like to be mothers? Is there like a number set? Like it doesn't have to be set in stone, but is there a number that like you're looking around to settle down and finally like start creating your families?
Before I'm geriatric.
Yeah, literally.
What the hell did you just say? What did you say?
Before I'm old and geriatric.
But what number? Like you don't have to, like I said, it doesn't have to be a solidified number. Just give me a range.
I would say like I wouldn't mind having my first kid at 33, 34.
I would say 34.
Yeah, I'd say 34 too. Also, like, I feel like sometimes guys are like, oh, like, why a timeline and stuff? Like, as women, we have a biological clock going, right?
Yeah.
Men don't really, I mean, yeah, you do in some cases, but you don't really have that. Yeah, that like pressure, right? That's something that we have to think about constantly. Do we want to probably be 40 and like live our lives and like then be 40 and be moms? Sure, right? When you're established, but like that's not really the way biology works. So I would say, yeah, 34, 35 is a good
But
age.
to also say, like, to even create a timeline for yourself, it's very unrealistic because younger Sam wanted to be married and have kids at 25.
Yeah,
And
same.
when I say I would not, looking back, I'm like, she's stupid, but you know.
Oh, girl,
I
we were
do-
supposed to have a house, a husband,
Yeah,
and kids by now at
exactly.
25.
But honestly, like,
Seriously.
I feel like having the concept of a timeline, like, yes, it's realistic, especially at our age now that where we're at. But I feel like in general, people put a lot of pressure on themselves to get married, have kids, do this, like, and they don't think logically because they set precedents, like, of when I need to be engaged, I need to have a wedding I need to have kids now, and then we'll have them go to college and everything, and like have everything planned out. Life is so unpredictable.
Yep.
And to have a timeline to be like, okay, I'm gonna get married at 30, I'm gonna, do whatever, and then have kids at 34, and then I'm gonna do whatever. It just live life. Life's gonna come at you, but it's good to have like a little thing in the back of your head, be like, hey, like I wanna roughly be married and have kids at like this age, but you also have to think it might not happen. So I just think a lot of like today's society, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on timelines, and I think when we see everyone else go through certain things, I feel like people feel pressured to do these things as well.
Anything you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I just kind of reiterate what they were saying, like what Smash was saying. Definitely women have that biological clock. And like I said this before in another podcast, men have a financial clock. And I think it's very important to have those two entities meet. I think that's when it's an appropriate time. And still, even that is not even the right time. But at least if they're close in proximity, at least if they complement each other, then I think that's the right time to have a child. Because like my mom says, anybody can have a child, but then to actually raise a child, like, do you really want to raise a child that's struggling right now in this world?
Exactly.
Not really. Or, there are people who are 40, 41 years old, pushing 45 and having their first child because they were so career driven. Everything was just in that. And that may not be too well. They may have struggles with that. So I think it's very, very important to strive to have both of those entities meet at the same time or close in proximity. And I think then we really like flourish and be like in a good spot.
All right, definitely. And we're going to start coming to a closing soon just because there definitely has to be a girl talk part 2 because we could talk forever. Like there's so many, there's so many great topics out there to talk about, but I do have a couple more questions before we end it. I want to get this kind of, I know I've asked Megan this in the past on the Island Boys podcast, and it always triggered an argument between me and her, and I'll never forget it. But I always thought it was I still think this is a stupid question to ask, but for her, she has her valid reason why she asked. So it could be stupid for me, but it could be valid for other people. But my question to you girls would be, does it help or does it do anything for you knowing the body count of your partner? Is that a question you're looking to ask within the relationship? And if it is, why is that important or why does it not matter?
I don't think I care anymore.
Well, you're in
You're also
no, because like you have to look at this objectively. Like, forget that I'm your fiance. Forget everything. Like, square one, you started dating me. What would your response?
I don't think I would care because I've asked you and you never told me.
and I
Yeah, sure. That's true.
I still don't know to this day, and I don't care. I don't lose sleep over it. I
Sure.
genuinely don't care.
But back then, did you really want to know? I know you asked me, and I think I probably skewed you around the answer. But like, did you really wanted to know?
Back then, yeah, I think I did. But I wasn't losing sleep over it.
Me personally, I
Not Shane
so I think on a health perspective, like if I'm being like very like out there on a health perspective, it is important to know how many people you've slept with. Like if you're like getting yourself checked every month or like, you're going to the doctor, doing those things. It's important, but realistically, I don't think anyone really cares about the number. And if that's such an important thing to you, get your priorities straight. That's my opinion.
Like it.
I think for me, obviously this is like when you get in a relationship, it's not like the first or second date. I'm like, oh, what's your number? But for me, I would say like that's obviously a very intimate act. I mean, in this day and age, it doesn't really matter. But like for me, it would kind of be a little telling in a way, just for me personally, because like I said, it's a very intimate act. That's the way I look at it. right? Like, if you tell me it's 20, like, why are you out in the streets like that? You know what I mean? So for me, it would be telling. Yeah.
All right. And to piggyback off that, why do you think women get a weird stigma from society when their body counts are high compared to men? Why do you think some people react to it like that it's gross or something like that via the men is doing the same thing?
I mean, it's typical double standard, right?
Yeah.
That's
Girls are
what
supposed to be prim and proper.
Yeah, and like we're supposed to be sacred and
Yep,
all these
that's the word.
things, and
Holier than thou.
yeah, and like we're just hold to a different standard, I guess. Maybe we're hold to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out to
when
all the
people
ladies.
like hear like there's a higher number, it's
Yeah.
like you kind of look down upon, and I don't think it necessarily should be like that as long as you're taking care of yourself.
I agree. And to answer my own question, the only reason I asked you that is because my answer to the body count is I don't need to know that. Like, I think if I'm choosing you, like, and whatever happened in the past was your
Yeah.
past, that's completely fine. I think from a health standpoint, I wouldn't ask her body count. I just ask like, hey, like,
Yeah,
did you
exactly.
get checked?
Are you clean?
Yeah, like, are you
Yeah.
clean? And and making sure that I'm not just fucking having sex with someone that's gonna fucking give me
Yeah.
like an STD and shit like
I
that.
mean, like if someone's throwing out their number, you're gonna clearly ask, like, oh,
Yeah.
so like, are you going to the doctor? Like, are you getting tested? Like, have you been tested? It's just an important aspect.
I've been in that boat where the girls asked me about my number, and I kind of found it like, I'm like, I'll tell you, like, I don't have a problem telling you, but just know, don't tell me your answer because I don't care for that. I don't want to know. And they like kind of took it wrong. Where like, oh, like, so you're gonna lie to me? I'm like, that's not what I said. Like, I'm willing to tell you my number, but like, I just don't care for that question because it does nothing for me. Like, it doesn't do me any good. Like, if you go ahead and like it's weird. Like, it's a weird double standard for me because if you do still tell me and your number is like in the 30s, bro, like now I'm concerned. Like I was okay not knowing, but now because you fucking told me, like, and that number is really high, like now I'm like, you just ruined your shot with me because now I'm like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
now I'm gonna look at you a little bit differently.
I feel that.
I also think it doesn't matter if it's 1 or it's like 10, regardless. Like when you're being like physical with someone, it's just like what Sam said. Like it's a more so a health check, right? Like it could be
Yeah.
one person that you slept with and fine, or it could be 10 people
Yeah.
and still it could happen. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Did you ladies have any questions for us, or Shane? Did you have any questions that you wanted to throw before we start wrapping it up very shortly?
Hugo, what's your body count?
I was about to say. Tell us the real number, not the
Don't
inflated
subtract
number.
Higher or
Stick,
lower
6,
than
don't do that.
60.
Nah, I just feel like there is legit no reason to ask for a body count because even if it's 1 or 20, it's still looking in a negative way. If it's 1, oh, look, you haven't been around the block. You're naive. You're
agree.
inexperienced.
Yep.
Yep.
You- 20, obviously, look like you're a whore. So it's just like, there's no reason to ask the number. It doesn't shed any insight at all if it goes either way. So there's no reason.
I agree. Did you ladies have any questions or any closing statements that you wanted to share on the podcast before we basically call it a day? Because we've been here for 2 hours. 2 hours and 8 minutes to be precise.
I have a question for you guys. What's a common like lady misconception that you guys would like us to address?
Yeah.
A lady
That was a good
misconception. Can you give me an example?
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to give me
No,
an
because
example.
You asked a question.
like what,
Like, you know
what-
how like you said about like guys, like
Like girls don't poop.
the girls poop.
but like a misconception, like you asked us about a misconception of guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like the
Did I ask
girl
that?
logic question.
Yeah.
Where you guys
Oh,
like it's
okay.
girl logic.
Is
Like,
there
anything
anything that-
An example of
anything.
boy math. Oh, good God, sorry.
Sorry. An example of boy math?
Sorry. They don't, yeah.
It's very simple. Money leaving my hand hurts. It's negative.
means you're bro.
It
said-
means
1 + 1 = 0.
yeah.
If the socks don't smell, then I can wear them again the next day. Am I right?
Wow, that's a good one. Honestly, I've done that before.
I know you have.
It's
No, he has.
So is Shane.
I've definitely done that before.
No, he has.
I hate it here.
Yo, bro,
I mean, y'all are besties, so you guys probably do the same.
you
shit,
ever hear of a Puerto Rican shower?
Hell
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
men be doing that shit, especially if they're late to work. Spray the cologne,
Oh,
walk
that's
through it. I'm off to work.
That's utterly gross.
Yeah. What's another man?
So do you
oh,
guys have
we
any-
catch the rain when we're showering and then we let it drop. And we do that shit.
Wait, what?
Yo, you tell me you've done that.
Is that the version of leaving hair on the wall
And
and
making
Maybe.
like
Doing
artwork?
Oh, you see it?
I like
that.
it, Picasso.
Picasso dupe?
You've never done that? You don't just
Hair
like
on the shower.
no, son. Not what the fuck hair am I gonna put in the shower?
Y'all got hair. I don't.
You do Picasso art in the shower?
But then I take it off.
I mean, I do
yeah.
too.
No,
Sometimes.
I'm talking about like when you're
Talking
showering.
about
you-
rain on the
you
shower.
Catch it. You
Wait,
catch it.
Catching the rain.
No, you catch
So
it. in
I
your
kind of
hands
do the
and then
same
you drop
thing
it.
sometimes, so I know. What you're talking
I'll catch it
Like-
and go on my face.
What?
It just like makes a cool sound when it hits the floor. I get it.
It's a weird thing
I
in the
got
morning.
you.
All right.
But for what?
Why not?
It's just sound
For
effects.
why?
That's not boy math. That's just stupidity.
Well, it's okay. I agree with the stupidity sometimes if I'm bored.
What else do we do that's weird, I guess? Some stupid guy shit that we do.
Do you have a misconception of girls, or
Yeah,
like?
like,
do you guys
Oh,
want us
yeah,
to
yeah,
explain?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
bringing it
Misconception,
back
I
to the
guess.
question,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
like,
because we know you guys do
Um,
dumb shit. It's fine.
Misconception
yikes.
of a girl. You have any?
I don't think about
My
girls
brain is so
rarely.
We
fucking done
stumped
right now.
them. Rats.
Like, do you guys really like? Do you females really think guys do not pay like the misconception that guys do not pay attention to like anything you girls are saying?
That's facts.
What?
I think
Facts,
men
yeah.
pay attention to what they want to
to.
pay attention to.
Selective hearing.
She got it right there on the dot, bro. She got it right there.
Selective hearing.
A lot of if you're saying a lot of bullshit to me, I literally hear blah 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 blah
You'll
blah.
hear
blah,
the
blah,
last
blah, blah, blah.
sentence and be like, "Oh," and then only bring up the last sentence of it.
Yeah,
which
that's what I
irks
do a
the
lot.
Shit out of us.
Yeah, no. You know what it is though? It's so. This is where you girls, I feel like, will never obviously because you'll never understand how simple our mind is. Like, I like stories to be cut and short, like very short, to the point, right? And I feel like sometimes when I'm told a story, like my partner, like I was guilty of this. My ex-partner, she would go into story, but in like full
Yep.
detail,
We
like
love
I like to write novels
Like, from
and
start-
have different parts. I have
love
3
that.
different books that come with my story.
yeah,
it's
but
great.
the thing is, like a guy's mind, sometimes it's like you lose them. Like when you start going too much into the details, all I hear is
Wow, 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 wow.
I hear like the intense part, like, and that's why that bitch didn't fucking, and she emailed me this, and I'm like,
And you're just like,
damn,
yeah,
bro.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
fuck
dumb
that
bitch.
You need to
Yeah.
know the backstory. You need all the parts of the burger to like, and the
Yes.
meat and the like.
It's like English class. You know, you need the
What
burger
do you
and
get
the
full from? The meat or the
Pause.
shit.
you get meat. You get full from the whole thing.
Now, first of all, I devour my burger, so I'm trying to get to the point quickly. You know what I
Puka
mean?
here is like blah 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 blah. Puka, are
It's
you
important to
listening? Yeah.
digest
Obviously, I'm
what you're
listening.
listening to.
No,
pun
I agree
intended.
100%. But you know what it is? You nailed it right on the dot. Like, it's like we have selective hearing. You know, it's very
Like we pay attention to every single
yeah. We can't though.
detail, but I know that you guys pay attention.
It's just a lot of times. It's if it's we're especially talking to our significant other is something that's problematic. We're just already just looking at solutions like, oh, just do this then, and then that won't happen again, or just do this. Like
don't wanna hear that.
I know, I know. They want to tell us everything else.
But you're like not understanding. You're not getting that she made me so upset.
I know, and I
I
think
spilled
that's
my
where it's
coffee.
just like we're already just thinking about solutions. They're just like giving the emotion, and then we'll get the solution like next year. Like we'll worry about that next time. So
I don't know, man. I guess you're right too. Like, we do look for the solution, and they don't want to hear that. But it's weird. I don't know. Our attention span isn't the greatest already. So like, you have to. At least for men. At least I can talk for me. Like I don't have the greatest attention span.
We know it's okay.
Yeah. Even though I
We
do a
still accept
podcast,
you.
right?
It's fine.
Like everything you girls were saying, I was listening to, but I was. You have no idea. Like I'm focusing. Like I'm trying so hard to focus. But like when it's drama being told to me, I'm just like, wow, yo, that's crazy. That bitch is wild. Like, damn, she did that. Like, that's so crazy.
So now we know when he says, "Damn, that's wild," he wasn't fucking listening. So thank you for clarifying that.
yeah, I'm guilty of that. I'm definitely guilty of that. Do you have any other misconceptions of females?
Nah, I put out one. Where you at then?
Yeah, where you
Yeah,
at?
where you at?
Does I guess for all young men out there listening to the podcast, does dick size matter?
Oh my god.
Because we hear a conception that the women actually like in social media. People tell me that it matters.
I think it matters.
Wow.
You said get to the
After
one.
said thick.
dark.
A jark?
I think
No,
it
Puga,
matters.
Puga after dark.
Well, every girl is built differently. As every guy is built differently. I feel like I'm like a sex ed teacher. Like everyone's built differently, but I think it's like how you work it.
The motion of
Facts,
the
facts.
So,
Praise that
but-
woman.
But okay,
But-
if you got a chode,
But like, if you're like this, she ain't feeling shit. I'm just saying.
that's a chode. That's what a chode is. But if you got a schlong,
could
it's not gonna
zoom
feel that
in.
good either
This-
because ain't nobody want a horse's dick. In
Listen,
Yeah,
bro,
no.
Every
No.
storm started small. All right, it's how the storm is built. All right. Eventually, when Sandy hit us, that shit was it was supposed to be a category
Not
5.
Sandy. That's not Sandy.
Fuga giving himself PTSD.
I
with
know,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Rough
It's
times, rough
trust me.
times.
Yeah, tough times.
I think every person's different, but it also depends on how you work it.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you,
We
Ash?
ain't never seen the chode in porn.
Motion of the ocean.
What do you mean?
That's that. Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley has a big
Bentley's
dick.
literally just-
Please cover your ears, sir.
Bentley's like, don't worry, I got the dick.
BDB.
Yeah, he got his nickname, Big Dick Bentley. All right, any other ones? I had to throw that one out there. That was the only one that came to mind when
Wow.
they were pressing me. I was like, fine, let me just ask this question.
Nah, guys, I feel like a lot of times, like, I don't think it's females that we surround ourselves with, but like other people we see, they're just like, yeah, that matters. Like, you know, that's what like keeps us together. This and that. And it's just like, but really? I feel like there's other ways you could be pleasured other than just having a giant fucking horse penis. Like,
Shawty, what that mouth do?
I have a question. I have technically 2 questions. It's like a 2-parter. Are you guys more ass or boobs guys? And do you prefer a girl who wears makeup or natural? And by natural, I mean no
No
makeup,
makeup.
not the light makeup.
Makeup, yeah.
You know what I mean?
like makeup. Maybe that was the thing.
You can't answer. You get in trouble.
No, I don't care.
You can answer.
I like Renee knows I'm like actually ironically I'm more of a boobs. I'm more of a boobs type of person. I don't know, that may be a surprise.
Why? Why is that a surprise, sir? What? What?
And
I just a surprise. You're insinuating.
Cut the podcast right now.
Edit that
Right
out.
now.
No. I like out of the two, like I would prefer boobs. It's not something that like I need to like have. It's not do or die, obviously.
We mean obviously. What are you doing?
shut the fuck up. You're just into a deeper hole.
I'm
Take the mic, Luca.
joking.
Take the mic.
Jeez. It's friendly
my
banter.
God.
Friendly banter.
If this is your way of flirting, it's not working for you.
But like into what was your second question?
I don't even know. Please piss me off
Derailed.
already.
Makeup or natural?
Like I prefer natural. Just like
I'm not wearing makeup right now.
I know.
Thank you.
I know because, like, this, like, I don't know. And again, I like hate to come back to like Instagram and all those social media platforms. It's just like the crazy shit they could do with makeup. It would be like totally different person, like legit a totally different person, different skin tone and everything. It'd be like, you know, like when I wake up, like I don't expect you to like literally sleep with your makeup on. Like I don't want to wake up and be like, who the hell are you? Like be shook. So it's like, nah, I will prefer you to not have makeup. But like a lot of people now, like they take it to the grave. Like they're having makeup on all the time. No matter what. You be literally going to the pool and you having makeup on. It's just like, what? Like, no. Rocking natural stuff. That's what God gave you. That's it. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, save him, please.
Yo, bro. You got yourself in trouble. You got yourself in trouble with that first answer. I think I've always been an ass person, but I'm so excited to talk about this. I've always been an ass person,
haven't seen
but
you do this.
He's literally smiling from ear to ear, like ready to talk about
but
it.
as I've gotten older, I have learned to appreciate boobs. Like, if my partner had boobs, it was a plus. But I've learned to appreciate it more because I look for like a balance. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a girl that has both, it's like you appreciate it. Like, but it's what God gives you at the end of the day. But I'm an ass person. As per question number 2, I like natural, baby. I like more natural because I think like he's saying to a certain degree, like I think women in their natural beauty, especially obviously I'm not trying to be a dick, especially if they're just naturally beautiful, like you can't find many like that. And makeup can be deceiving, but it's also like it comes to like if the girl uses makeup excessively, if she only uses it like light makeup, like you said. It really depends on where you are with that. Like you like it, you don't like it. So I prefer a girl naturally, but like I said, nowadays most people use makeup due to social media, due to some girls just like doing the art. Like they can make themselves transform, and tip my hat off to them.
Yeah, I tip my hat off to them. I can't even
We are
do that
shook.
shit. Yeah.
But what about you, girls? Is there a you like your guys dad bod, athletic, fat, really skinny, twig? Is there a preference? Does he have to be can he be 100 pounds? Is he supposed to be bigger than you? Is he supposed to be smaller than you? Like I want to know your answers to that.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go, Ashley.
I guess body type, I would prefer athletic. And then
Take notes, guys.
we love a good beard.
Yes.
Beard, that we can talk about this too, maybe part 2.
Or even bald. We love a
Beard.
bald man.
Oh, I don't know about me.
I love bald man.
Maybe you.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yo, I'm so
men are
glad.
hot.
I'm so glad you said that. You should have seen Ashley's fucking eyes. They're like, wait a minute, pause
men are
there.
hot.
we'll talk after this. 'Cause I need to see these bald men. Yeah, definitely.
If they don't got hair and they're still good looking, that's a plus.
Yeah, a beard is the equivalent to makeup, and you cannot tell me.
Yes.
You cannot tell
I
me that
agree
that's
with
not
that.
because two different people.
Well, yes.
Two different people.
Because men trim it the way they want. You're right.
No, like
N-
I'm
no.
talking like fully shave off their beard. You look
Like a
from,
different person.
like 14 adolescent to
that's
like
true.
30 something. Like it's the makeup.
Men, let us know in the comments if that makes sense.
That it does. Boy logic, girl logic, any logic at that point. And then I would say like fresh cut. Love fresh cut. Like maintain yourself.
Yeah.
Maintenance. Do your nails too.
Yo,
I feel like
Honestly,
yes.
that is facts. Guys need to get their nails done.
Preach.
Let's stop that stigma that, oh no, I'm a working man. No. Get your nails done. Treat yourself.
Ain't nobody
Especially-
want Haitian
even-
dad feet.
Even if like honestly you're a guy who's using your hands all the time, get your toes done. You're not mashing grapes or not like just
Mashing
get
grapes.
your
What are we, in
toes
Italy?
done.
Make
Get
it
your
I
wish
toes
I
done, I'm
Also,
telling
I
you.
will say
It
my
is
whole
such
thing
a game changer.
with my whole thing with toes is men usually they're in like sneakers, right? Socks, sneakers. Why do your toes look like that?
Get your toenails cut.
Get
that
take
foot
care-
fungus out.
First of all, let me
for
defend men
men.
with
Oh,
horrible
God.
feet. All right. Some of us, we play a soccer sport, okay?
Take care of yourself.
And we get stepped on a lot, right? So
Take care
our
of yourself.
toenails fall off. This is a
course
natural
not.
thing.
Well, trim your toenails. They won't fall off.
I've gone to the pedicure lady and she's made fun of my feet, so that's why I don't go back.
You need to go more often.
In English?
Yeah, she like you got
really?
ugly. Hopefully I don't get canceled for this. She like you got ugly feet, and I'm like, damn, bro.
Shit.
I was like, damn, bro.
Damn.
You
At
know,
least she honest.
I was like, your tip just got affected, lady. Like, just know that. Like, I was giving you 10, now I'm giving you 4.
Oh, damn. We cheap over here.
He was like, I literally have to break this 5 to only give you 5.
Fucking facts. I gave her a 5. I'm like, $1 back, okay? That is 100% facts. All right. Any other last nice questions we want to ask? 2 hours and 30 minutes. We're going to do this in 2 parts, I think. 2.5 hours. Thank you, ladies. Honestly, I appreciate it. Did we have any questions, any closing statements that we want to say before we definitely end the podcast?
Would you hate a girl who hated your pet, your dog?
Oh, bro. Oh, easily. I'd fucking kick her out.
Yeah, right. Like it's the dog over the person.
I'm a dog person, so
Same.
I absolutely agree with that 100%.
I don't even got a pet, but
No, but Bentley, like if somebody didn't like, okay, perfect example, Bentley is not my dog, but he's my
Look at
nephew.
Bentley, look at
Like,
him
red
over
flag.
there.
If my significant other did not like Bentley, bye.
yeah, red flag.
Peace.
It's also a red flag if my dog doesn't like.
Oh
Yes,
my god,
because
bro.
dogs
That is
know.
true.
Dogs
do
can
give-
pick up
they give
energy.
the
I
sign.
completely.
That is
Dogs
facts.
pick up energy.
They give
Yep.
energy for sure.
That is 100% facts.
Yeah.
That is 100%
That's a good-
facts. I
okay.
agree with that.
If you guys see Bentley is not around.
No, Billy's right over there, just chilling.
If Bentley
He
comes
just
with me on a
he don't
first
like me
date-
because my dog beat him up.
Yo, if
Team Bentley. Team Bentley.
if I was single and I had Bentley and the guy I was dating next did not like Bentley or vice versa, it's the dog over you. I don't care. I do not care one bit.
Bentley, you have a better life than most people, so
Is there anything you'd like to say, Ben?
Yes.
yeah, bro.
Thank you for your input.
But just once again, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on to the
Thank
podcast. We're gonna
you.
take a picture
Thank you.
before I break everything apart, and I appreciate your time, your questions, your answer, your honesty.
I'll take Venmo or
Yeah,
Zelle.
run me my check or the next
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah, Pickney Ross has been asking for a paycheck. She drives a Beamer. I used to drive a Honda. She was asking me to pay her. I think she's confused here. Her girl math definitely.
Not adding up.
Her
It's
girl
not
math
adding up.
Her girl math was not adding
Yeah,
up.
my
She's like,
time
"Oh, you got a new
equals a
car.
new
You can
check."
buy me Knicks tickets." That's not how
How you
that
paying
works.
for that gas? Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you see Ashley traveling, that's her daily, hobby. She likes to do that. You never know when she's getting on a plane. JFK does though. I see that
See
often.
me next week.
She be like,
Oh my god.
You see that
Florida.
fake ass, no invite. That's crazy.
Do you want to come to my family's party?
Yeah, I'll come to your fucking family.
Absolutely
I'll be
not.
like,
After
"Yo, what's
this
up? I'm Pickney Ross."
your capacity's got ease though.
No, I can't. Really?
I'm trying to make it fun.
Look at the skin tone. Look at Ash.
There's light-skinned Guyanese and Caribbean people,
Yes,
sir.
there is.
Oh, then I'm definitely a Pickney
No, no, no,
Ross.
no,
Oi.
please.
Can you imagine? Like your family would love me. They'd be like,
Oh.
"Yo, get this guy. Get this guy running a
Out, get
podcast."
this guy out.
That's fucked up.
This Puka boy?
Nah.
Oh.
Puka Boy? I'd take that. That's a good name. Puka Boy.
Well, goodbye.
You
Yes,
said that, right? You
yes.
invented it. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It's definitely going to be in 2 parts because there's no way I'm putting it all in one. Thank you and have a good night.